Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon buffs. What it is, what it does, and what it's gonna be. It's your man's Harry Billion. Family, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as I upload it to the YouTube platform. All right, family. I gotta go ahead and get into this video, so that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. We have some breaking news, so I had to come on here live. I ain't got no time to be doing no video editing and none of that. We got breaking news, okay? There's a coaching change. Schumer is now the coaching change, okay? We got a coaching change. I just did a video with not passing the ball. Everybody's saying I'm crazy. Now we got a coaching change. Tell me something ain't up. Let's go to it right away. Let's go to it. Let's share the screen. Let's go to it right away. We got a coaching change. This is breaking news. This is breaking news. We're going to go to it right away, guys. You guys can see my screen. Mr. Let Freedom Ring, can you see my screen? Let me know you guys can hear me. You can see my screen. We got breaking news. We're going right to it. Let me know you can hear me, guys. You can hear me? All right, let's go. And also, you can see when I go to my screen, can you see this screen right here? I don't want to do this whole live without you guys seeing my screen. You see my screen also, right, guys? Somebody just, Mr. Let Freedom Ring. All right, here we go. Deion Sanders makes major coaching change ahead of Colorado's game. Deion Sanders have been known to be on the orthodox side of things. On Friday, it was reported by Action Network's Brett McFerry. My reading is sometimes crazy, guys, so if I have to do it live, I might mess some things up, okay? Pronunciation and all of that, forgive me. That Deion Sanders will be adjusting his staff for the game on Saturday. Sanders has decided to promote quality control analyst Pat Schumer and will give him play-calling duties for their game against number 16 Oregon State. The former New York Giants head coach will be taking the place of offensive coordinator Sean Lewis. The former Kent State head coach left his post as a head coach to take his job for Sanders at Colorado. The Buffaloes ranked number 54 in total offense, number 6 in passing offense, and number 128 in rushing offense. Okay? The decision comes after Colorado has held to just 16 points in their loss to number 23 UCLA. Lewis is known for having one of the fastest offenses in the country, but the unit has appeared to be struggling with the pace as of late, as Colorado's offensive line has given up 42 sacks this season. There are currently no reports as to whether or not this is the end for Lewis in Boulder. It's the end for Lewis in Boulder. It's over. It's the end for Lewis in Boulder. Okay? Pat Schumer, the former New York Giants coach, is now going to be calling plays for Deion Sanders and his Colorado Buffaloes. Okay? We're not running the ball. Bruh. We said it. Sean Lewis is done. Sean Lewis is done, bruh. Shedeur is getting pummeled out there. Pat Schumer. I know Pat Schumer. I'm in New York. I know how he coaches, and I know how he play calls. He's going to run the ball. He's an old school coach. Pat Schumer will run the ball. I guarantee you Pat Schumer is going to run the ball. Okay? You cannot have Shedeur getting pummeled every single down by running the ball. You are at UCLA. Listen, guys. Please hear me out. A lot of y'all didn't want to click on the video that I made telling you guys that we have proof about the team blaming the offensive line. The O-line is not trash. They are not trash. They need help from the coaches because you have other O-lines that we have exposed. How can we expose the USC's O-line, the USC O-line, and you're telling me ours is trash? How can Shedeur Sanders be number 3 in the nation in passing yards, and the O-line is trash? How can we be 4-4 and the O-line is trash? They need help. You cannot run. You cannot pass the ball on every single down. They need help. That offensive line needs help. And the way that you give them that help is that you have to run the ball every now and then. It doesn't have to be every single down. You just got to run the ball. Listen, we got to UCLA's 10-yard line, I believe, twice. And we did not run the ball once. We did not run the ball not one time. We could have literally walked into the end zone. I screamed that during my live stream. And when I just got this information, guys, that's from Athlon Sports, from Kevin Borba. He's the one that just tweeted that, and I just got that, and I had to come on live right away because we ain't got no time, okay? We ain't got no time to be editing video and waiting for other people to beat me to it. I don't break news, but I had to break this one because it was too important. I was getting lit up. I was getting ate up for that video that I made. You don't think this is in direct response to that video? You're crazy. You're crazy if you don't think that this change is not an answer to that video. Put some respect on my name. Holler at your boy. I know what I'm talking about, brethren. Holler at me. Holler at me. You think I'm playing games? I don't play games around here. I bring data, information to help the constituents to understand that this game, it cannot be one-dimensional. You have to run the ball. Pat Schumer, we're running the ball. I'm not going to live stream the game this time because I can't. I got to go to a wedding. All right. My very favorite cousin is having her wedding, and I'm not going to be able to stream the game, guys. So I'm going to be watching like discreetly, just like you guys. So I just want to let you guys know, listen, watch the game and watch the run, okay? Now you guys will believe what I'm telling you. Watch the game and watch how Pat Schumer runs this game. Watch how he calls the plays. He's going to run. Pat Schumer will run the ball. He's an old-school coach that understands the balance of football, how you protect the quarterback. You got to mix up the plays. It cannot be 100% passing game. It cannot be pass all the time. You will kill your quarterback. And I had a dream. I'm like, dang, Shedeur's he's gonna get hurt out there. Now we got a coaching change. Sean Lewis is gone. He's done. What do you think Sean Lewis is gonna do? He left his head coaching position to come over to Boulder. And he's a young guy. Notre Dame wanted him. He turned that down. Sean Coach is a brilliant coach. But when it come to what CU was trying to do, it wasn't working. You got people telling me, oh, I'm going to unfollow you. I'm unsubscribing. Unsubscribe. Because you're emotional and you don't want this information. You don't want the real information. You just want me to be some fanboy on this channel and just tell you, Deion Sanders is great. The Deion Sanders is great. I've done that a lot of times. I've propped up Deion Sanders a lot of times, guys. I only criticize when it's warranted. I'm not trying to pander to no group. I'm not trying to pander to just one group and say, oh, look at the haters. They're right. Or, oh, we all supporters. We love Deion Sanders. He's right. I'm telling you, we're not running the ball. Shedeur getting hurt. You have to have a good balance of football where one side you're running the ball so you can confuse the defense. On the other side, you're going to pass the ball because we need to get down the field a lot faster. And there's two ways to do that. When you are the O-line, you have to block these fast running either cornerbacks, safeties, these linebackers. They're juking. You're a big 300-pound guy. How much can your body move to keep up with those guys? You can do it when it comes off the hike, right? When he's not in the shotgun, you can do that quicker than you can, as long as you have to be upright, trying to find out where they're gonna juke you next. Any O-line person knows that. Any person that's an O-line, that's an O-lineman, they understand that it's harder to block for the pass than it is for the run. So that's why you have to establish the run in the beginning of the game. You can't wait to the third quarter to start thinking about run, because they already know what you're going to do. As soon as you think run, it's coming. The defensive coordinator on that opposite team is already figured you out. It's done. Now you're too scared because you didn't establish it in the beginning of the game. Now you can't run it. Now you're too scared to even try to run. So the second you try to run, guess what happens? They stop the run. And then you get too scared to even continue running because you don't have no more time to continue that. I have to calm down because I'm taking a beating from y'all and I'm trying to fight for y'all. And I'm like, but what is it that you guys don't understand? It's obvious. It's right there in front of you. Sean Lewis is done. He didn't get fired. They're replacing Sean Lewis. Let me put it up here. Is this Schumer? Hold on, guys. Okay, M-U-R. Okay. So if you're just coming into the chat, if you're just coming onto the live, Sean Lewis is being replaced by Pat Schumer, the former New York Giants coach, who was an analyst. He was the guy that would be up in the booth. He will be watching the tape, whatever he's saying, because he needs to see a bird's eye view. He needs to see that from our vantage point, us watching TV. They got a couple of those guys that'll watch the TV and say, oh, this is what's happening. That's what's happening. He was an analyst, okay? And then he will send that data down to the field and say, these are my suggestions. Try to do these things. This is what they're doing. They're replacing Sean Lewis with that guy, with the analyst. And he was a former New York Giants coach. He's an old-school coach. He's going to run the ball. I know Sean Lewis because I watched Sean Lewis, okay? As sad as I was every Sunday because we lost a lot of games, he runs the ball. You guys can hear it from me, okay? He's from New York. He's a New York coach. He's going to run the ball. So you tell me now that that's not because of the run game. Like, bruh, we love Deion Sanders. We love Coach Prime. Okay, guys? We respect Coach Prime. He's an OG. He played the game. He got a gold jacket for it. Nobody questions his leadership. Nobody questions that he can play or coach the game. That's not the question here. What we were saying that the game plan was off because all we did was run the ball. The game plan was way off. Coach Prime, you must run the ball. We are going to lose more games if you do not run the ball. Watch Pat Schumer. I'm not saying he's the savior. I'm just saying he's going to call a different kind of game. He doesn't get spooked too easily. You cannot get to any opponent's 10-yard line or red zone, 20-yard line, anywhere close to their end zone, and you throw the ball three and out and have to kick a field goal. We left 8 points on the board when it came to UCLA. We could have beat UCLA. We scored twice. We were 6-0. It should have been 14-0. That's data, guys. That's information. And that's what I bring here on this channel. That's what I try to tell people. It's data, guys. This is not no playing, no time. Coach Prime, I love you. But your wife, if your wife don't know how to cook, it ain't no time for that, bruh. It is no time for no wife don't know how to cook. We need real information. We need to have a sample size for the run game. We have no idea if we can run or not. But everybody wants to blame these young men that they're trash, they're trash, they're trash. Then why is Sean Lewis gone? If the O-line is trash, why is Sean Lewis gone? Can you riddle me that, Joker? Batman. All the DC comic heroes, I don't know which one Batman is at. I don't know. I don't watch those things. My family watch that. I don't care. But can somebody riddle me why Sean Lewis is gone if it has nothing to do with that? I'm just saying, man. When people with knowledge of the game, when I come up here and I talk to you guys, I'm not shooting hot air. I'm not just fluffing anything. Now, can you go watch that video and look at it a little bit more critical? Okay, look at that video a little more critically. All right. If you're just coming into the stream, just look right on your screen. Sean Lewis being replaced for Pat Schumer as play caller. Yo, we got 2 minutes left. Shedeur, halftime, had to take a shot to his body to give him a little breather. We got 2 minutes left. The game is out of reach. We cannot score enough points to get off to win this game. We leave Shedeur in the game, and we pass the ball and get him hit one more time. What kind of idiocy is that? We have other quarterbacks on that daggone team. We're not leaving Shedeur out there to get killed. He's our star quarterback. He's our star quarterback. So if we leave him out there, we may not have him for the next game. Why do people question your loyalty when you have critical information or when you are constructive criticizing this team? That's what fans are for. To be constructive, not to destroy, not to put down. When did you ever hear me put any of these people down? Never. I don't even put down the 1-11 team like everybody else is doing. I make videos and I say, yo, these 1-11 kids can ball. They need new leadership. And guess what? You got, I think, 3 of them, right? You got 3 of them that are playing for like really good teams right now. At the Power 5 level. I believe 2 of them are starting. One at Florida State, which is the number 4 team in the nation. The other one beat us last week for UCLA. And there's another one playing at Purdue from the triple ones. I call them the triple ones from the 1-11 team. You see what I'm saying? So your narrative was, let them get up out of here because they suck. How good can they be when they were on that 1-11 team? How good can they be? I did not know that vindication was going to come this fast, but I knew it was going to come. I knew my vindication would come, so I slept well. I was like, you know what? I understand a lot of the fans that follow Colorado Buffs, the BWBs, I understand a lot of us BWBs, we're emotional. We are more emotional than we are a real football fan, but I'm a real football fan. Okay, I come from real football. Okay, I've cried many tears when my Washington Redskins lost. I cried many tears when my New York Giants, my New York Jets, when they just keep losing. I've been in states where the football teams are atrocious. Okay, and I had to deal with that being an analyst, being somebody who analyzes the game so closely. I've done this since I was 12 years old, and I learned about football when I came to the U.S. in 1989. I've had my analytical mind since then. And I've been analyzing football since my dad taught me football. I've been analyzing, and when somebody says somebody's trash, I look at the data and I'm like, no, they're not trash. You need to change one thing, and they won't be trash. I can tell you why they're not trash. But when you're having barbershop talk, it's hard to get to people because you're not talking to them live. You're just talking to them via the computer. Because to them, all it is just trash. If I see somebody not making a play to miss a block, it's trash. They don't have time to rest. If they never gave you a break at your job, you would not perform 100% of the time for 8 hours or 10 hours or how many times, how long you are at that job if they never gave you a break. That is essentially what's happening to this O-line. They're not getting a break. Every single down is a pass play. Every single down. Blocking for the pass play is different from blocking for the run. The run play is almost like, it's not a break, so don't get me wrong. But blocking for the run play for an O-lineman is almost like a break. It's almost like a break. So y'all don't come fire me up for saying, oh, no, you're not getting a break. They got to block. Yes, they got to block, okay? They are brothers, but they are not Siamese twins. They are not the same, okay? It's a shorter break. It's a shorter block. And my constituents, my BWB, even some of my long-term people who've been with me forever, they're coming at me saying, you're wrong. You BS. You don't know what you're talking about. Now Sean Lewis is gone. Do I know what I'm talking about? Okay, we're going to have to wait to see the proof. Because I can't directly tell you that, okay, they saw my video and they had to do something, or this was in the works, but I know for sure that it's directed to this. I know for sure that it has to do with the fact that we don't run the ball and we're one-dimensional. And Coach Prime had to dig deep down in there to figure out what is the issue. The fans are crying out. Shedeur's getting hurt. What is the issue? We have to figure this out. Some people say Sean Lewis is an op. People were saying Sean Lewis is an op. There is no way you make that play call on third down and 2. And we're on the goal line. We're in the red zone. The red zone is near. I got these cats in my yard. The red zone is near the end zone, for those of you who don't know football that much, okay? So we kept trying to figure out what's going on. Why is Sean Lewis making those type of calls? I'm sorry, guys. I've been really rude to people that's coming in the house. I haven't been really giving you your props. What's up, guys? El Humbra Negro, what up? Proactives, what up? Jonathan White, what up? King P 24/7, what up? Sean Lewis was definitely and up. Mr. Brian Lips, what up? Gold Black Network, what up? After the game, what up? Jamela, what up? Pat Schumer is going to run the ball. They're going to throw because Shedeur can throw. But that guy has an old school coaching mind, and he's going to throw. Trust me. Yo, Reginald Cole, what up, man? Renard, what up with you? Man, listen, I took some heat. I ain't going to lie, because I like messing with y'all. I like talking to you guys. But when your own people just keep telling you you're BS, you don't know what you're talking about, it ain't that easy to take. But I was prepared for this because I took the same heat preseason. When I made a couple of videos and I kept talking about the O-line, I kept saying the O-line needs help. The O-line needs help. And a couple of people kept coming at me. I'm like, but what are you not seeing? I'm like, do I have a special gift? Maybe I do, but I don't. Okay? It's not special. Some of the things is just blatantly glaring right in your eyes, but you don't want to see it because you think you like Coach Prime knows what he's doing. So Coach Prime, there's no way Coach Prime would have a weak O-line. That's the mentality that people have in this constituency, okay, in this fan base, especially the BWBs, the ones that really don't know much about football that I'm trying to help the most. We don't know football, so a lot of us, we're coming from a place of emotion. There is no way my leader, Deion Sanders, ain't got that O-line figured out. There's no way he ain't got that D-line figured out. So if you say anything that was critical, boom, they come for you. I said the same thing about Cormani McLean. I made a video. It's on my page. I said I sent something with Cormani McLean, an attitude. Something is off with Cormani McLean. I don't know what it is. People came for me too. You don't know what you're talking about. Deion Sanders is better than you. He knows better, way better than you. He got that boy. Matter of fact, he just appointed Shiloh to mentor Cormani McLean. You're silly. Get off this page. Who are you? You an op. Why does it have to be, why does my loyalty have to be tested every single time I say something that's correct about this team? I said we were going to be 3-0 to start the season. We were 3-0 to start the season. Daggone it. The data is in the is there for you to see for yourself. Bruh, like, I'm telling you, it's there. If you haven't watched the video that says stop blaming, man, let's go to it. Wait a minute. Oh, man. Hold up, guys. Come on, man. We got to do better, bruh. We got to do way better than this. As fans of this team, we got to do way better. Give me a second, guys. I'm with you. I'm here. We got to do better. I want you to take a look at something. Guys, you see this video right here? The one that says run, you skipped it. A lot of y'all skipped it. It's only 2,300 views. That's not bad. 13 hours ago. It's right here on your screen. This video that says stop blaming Colorado's O-line. They are not the problem. Here's the proof. Okay? This video right here. I made this video because I kept thinking on my last live when we were watching hold on, guys. When we were live streaming the I think it was the UCLA game, or it could be 2 games ago. Jamila, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Look, thank you so much. Where is it? Thank you. You said it's a great video. Thank you so much for watching that video. But I was saying in that last video that I was going to make a video about the O-line, giving these young men their flowers. What you don't understand about college football is these young men are making a lot of sacrifices for this game. You can question their effort sometimes because they may miss an assignment here and there, but it's not that these young men don't love the game or they don't like the game at all or they're lazy. It's not that. They're going through a lot of things. We're just fans watching the game, but when it comes to this game, they're giving up a lot for this game. For somebody to make that amount of sacrifice, your school load, you're responsible for. You're responsible for whatever's going on in your personal life. You go out on that field to practice every single day. You're responsible for watching tape. There's a lot on these young men. I'm not making excuses for them, but what I'm saying is these young men are playing. You're not looking at the critical information. You're just looking at the on-field performance, and you're missing some critical data that proves that they're not just trash, or you should not just levy words upon them that just says that they are trash. because these young men are not trash. These young men are playing and trying their best. Shiloh, Shedeur, Travis Hunter are not the only people on that team trying their best. And it behooves us to continue to say these kids are trash because it's not the truth. It's not based on the data. You can't have it both ways. You cannot have it both ways. You cannot celebrate Shedeur's Heisman hopefulness with being third in the nation. Let's go to it, guys. I got proof today. I'm going to give y'all more. So nobody want to, So nobody wants to take the information. I got more. Sometimes putting these things, having to edit and do all of this stuff, it takes a long time. So it's easy to just show you when I'm live. I don't do voiceovers just because I don't look good or I don't want to be on camera. I do it because it's faster. BP says, nah, you got it wrong. The O-line sucks. Okay. You have your opinion. You don't have data. I'm just going to leave it at that because I'm tired of answering that question. Oh, now the O-line sucks. It's not accurate. And I know that for sure. So let's look at this here. We cannot celebrate 2,637 passing yards, being number 3 in the nation, right? We can't celebrate this and say the O-line is trash. You cannot have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too. A trash O-line cannot result to a number 3 passing yards record for your quarterback. A trash O-line would not produce these results. He would be getting sacks all the time. TCU doesn't happen if it's a trash O-line. CSU doesn't happen if it's a trash O-line. Nebraska doesn't happen if it's a trash O-line. Look up Nebraska's record. Look that up if you got time. I'm not going to do it. You look it up. All right? 4 games, right? Arizona State doesn't happen. ASU doesn't happen if it's a trash O-line. They're not the best O-line. Let me just make that clear. They're not the best O-line. But for you to just levy their trash, that means you're not dealing in the facts. The facts is he has 2,637 yards and he is number 3 in the nation. You cannot say bravo, Shedeur's a baller and not credit the people that made that possible. That's disingenuous. Let me use some big words today. It's absolutely disingenuous for you to give him that and then in the same breath say they're trash. How's that possible? If anything, they're average. They're very average and they're underutilized. Okay? They have to be put in position to win. You have to put them in position to be successful. That's what you got to do. If you do not put them in position to be successful, then what it's going to do is it's going to expose and magnify their flaws. They have flaws. But what I'm telling you is every other line has flaws as well. They're just being put in positions to be successful. So you don't see their flaws or all of their flaws being magnified. The easiest position I don't say it's the easiest because you can see clearly when Travis get burnt. So it's very easy. Let me just put it this way. It's very easy for your flaws to be exposed when you're not being utilized or your strengths are not being utilized the correct way. That's just a simple way to think about it. And for all of the people saying, for some of you detractors, some of you early detractors that's now giving me claps, I can't. I'm not riding with you. I just want to let you know clearly. I can't ride with you detractors giving me handshakes, giving me high fives. I'm not riding with you. I'm not pandering to you. I'm just being as critical as I've been in the preseason as right now. I'm just stating stuff, and I'm not afraid to say stuff. Me and my people, the people that ride with me, know they're ride with me. They're not emotional people who are going to unfollow me or unsubscribe because I said something critical. The first time I said something critical, some of them text me, be like, bro, you sure you want to do that? Some people hit me up, be like, yo, you're killing your channel. Be careful. But I said, I know what I'm talking about. If I'm settled with what I'm saying, and I know what I'm saying is correct, or at least it has some truth behind it, I'm going to ride with it, and I'm going to sleep well. And let the chips fall where they fall. Some people unsubscribed, but now we are 11,000. We're climbing to 20,000 soon. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Yo, let me answer this question real quick. TLP video don't lie, brother. Or according to police reports and according to police shootings, videos do lie. So I'm just gonna put that out there and leave that alone. I'm sorry, but the O-line needs work, fam. So you simply saying the same thing I'm saying. Marlon Pierre, tell me anywhere in my statements where I say the O-line doesn't need help. Because what is your interpretation? If you're just saying, I'm sorry, the O-line needs help, fam. If you're just saying, I'm sorry, the O-line needs help, fam, I'm saying the same thing as you are. But I'm also bringing some other data to let you know that even though they need help, they're not trash. You can need help and not be trash at the same time. I hope that makes some sense. In the beginning of the video, I say, I agree that the O-line is not the best. That says the O-line needs help, fam. Marlon. Or Mariam, I'm sorry. Mariam, it looks like an L. Mariam. That says, I hope that's an I. Could be an L. But that says the O-line needs help. Yes, they need some other guys on there too. But to just throw them all under the bus and say we're gonna get rid of all of y'all because you're trash, that's where I can't ride with y'all message. Because a lot of y'all were the same people saying that all of the entire 1-11 team that left, a lot of y'all were saying the same thing, that they're all trash. And then we got report that, oh, some of them are starting on ranked teams. Some of them are playing really well on other teams. Like, wait a minute. I thought they were all trash. So if you're just going to keep levying sports talk stuff on people, I've been dealing with this for years. Y'all just levy these words because it's just so easy to do that because you don't want to go look for the data. They're trash. Oh, he sucks. And I made an example. I don't know how many of you got to it, but I said, for instance, if you have a quarterback that's hanging the ball, all right? If you have a quarterback that's hanging the ball every time he throws it, right? The wide receiver goes up on a hung ball. It's slightly underthrown and it's hanging. So he has to make those adjustments to go up and catch it. By the time he catches that ball, the DB, the safety, the cornerbacks give him the strongest hit. He comes down. At some point he's so hurt he drops the ball. If that quarterback continues to hang the ball, your assessment will be based on that drop ball. You will never put it on the quarterback to say he's hanging the ball. You would say that wide receiver is trash. I'm saying that because I'm telling you that's the assessment y'all been making. If you run the ball, you give the O-line a different look, and they can be the aggressors. It's in that video that I made. You can establish the run in the beginning to make the O-line the aggressors, and their power and strength can be imposed on that D-line early. The reason why you want to do that is you want to take the wind out of their sail. You want to make them feel weak. You want to weaken them. Man, we don't have no answers. If you keep making 4 or 5 yards and then eventually start scoring, mentally they're going to be broken by the third quarter. They're not going to be able to take that no more. And you're giving your own linemen confidence to do their job even better. But if they're run blocking, which in the very first quarter, guys, listen to this carefully. You know they're not trash because we scored first in the UCLA game. The very first quarter, 6-0. It was only after that very first quarter that they figured out what we were doing and started switching it up and confusing the linemen. When they started confusing the linemen, you can see the linemen going like this, trying to figure things out. By the time they do like this, trying to block somebody, here comes the safety. Here comes a cornerback. Here comes the DB. I'm trying to tell y'all that. That's the data. That's the information. You look at that, you're like, they suck. If they've been doing that all day long, their confidence is going to be down. They're human beings just like you and myself. If somebody does something to you that gives you an L, you're not going to be processing that same information next time mentally correctly. So their morale goes down. They keep getting beat. They're trying to figure it out, and the coaching staff is not doing anything to help them out. They're not the best O-line, but they need help. For those of you who keep saying they're trash, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy when Pat Shurmur starts to run the ball. Watch for the run. Watch for the run. Just watch for the run. I'm not going to do a live stream this Saturday. Okay? I'm going to be away. So you're not going to see me on the live stream this Saturday. But I want you to pay close attention. I want my voice to be in your head when they start running. That run is going to work because it's worked all season. Even though we have a very small sample, the run has worked. CU is averaging 4.8 yards per carry. If you take away the quarterback sacks, of course. If you go to just the general stats, it's going to include the quarterback sacks into the run game. And it's going to be like 2.1. But if you take away the quarterback running for his life, and you just look at the actual run game, 4.8 yards per carry. Who in their right mind would not continue to run? How do you get 4.8 yards in a line that's trash? I mean, there's nothing else left to say, man. But what is the coaching change? Okay, guys, if you're just coming in, Sean Lewis is being replaced as the OC by Pat Shurmur, the former New York Giants coach. So New York Giants coach, New York in the building, baby. The best city in the world, baby. Hands down. Your city can't touch us. I'm agitated right now. Your city can't touch New York City. Pat Shurmur from the New York Giants. I can't keep a straight face now. I like messing with y'all. Liberia has the best jollof, and New York City can't nobody touch New York. Oh, where did I write that at so I can put it back on the board? Oh, man. The writing was on the wall and y'all knew it. Y'all knew it was coming. I didn't know vindication was coming so soon. People coming for my head. But I knew it. Something was in the air. Woo! It was going to happen real soon. Yeah. I knew it was happening. And now it did. Okay, so let me just write it over. Pat Schumer takes over as play caller for CU. Sean Lewis is out. For those of you who are just coming, the information is right on your screen. Pat Schumer, the former New York Giants coach, the best city in the world, the coach from that city, my city, is taking over as the play caller for CU. And Sean Lewis, the former play caller, is out for now, at least for now. We don't know. This is a developing story. You know Coach Prime is going to have to take that microphone and he's going to have to give us some answers. All right? Okay, who wants to come on? Now let's have a show. Who wants to come on and debunk what I'm saying? Or who wants to just come on? If you don't have to be a debunker. You could be somebody who can even further what I'm saying. If you are a former player or you just want to talk, I don't care. Let me know you want to come on and I'll send you the link. Just type in the contact link. Just say, Harry, send me the link. The only good thing about New York is my Yankees. What about TLP Sports? Stop playing with me. You're watching TLP Sports right now. We in New York. Holler at me. That's not the only good thing. TLP, hook it up. Hook what up? What are you talking about? Who wants to come on and shoot your shot? B. Slayton, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Pat Schumer is an analyst. Yes, Pat Schumer is a former coach. This is an NFL coach now. Listen, he wants to get back into coaching. All right? This is the route that you take to get back to the NFL. All right? So this is a ploy. We know that. There's no secrets here. Pat Schumer wants to get back to the NFL. And for the most part, you can come to the college ranks. You can go to the FSB or FBS or Power 5 and get back. If you do well, so the NFL will come calling just like that. And who's better to be with than Coach Prime? It's easy. Bro, their effort is not there. Stop making this. James Coleman, stop playing with me. Post the link. I'm not posting the link. If you want to come on, I'll email you the link. All right, let me put this on the screen, guys. The reason why I can't post the link is because you get trolls who would take the link and then start doing weird things with the link. I can't do that. This is a live show, so I can't be having dildos and all kinds of weird things show up on my screen. So I ain't trying to do all that. So if you want to come on, just email me. Email me there. All right. I just typed it. Okay, I just read something. Nothing happens overnight. From Sima. Who's got the Trump life? Okay. Let me just let you guys know. This is a caution, okay? This is a cautionary tale. Listen, Because Pat Schumer is coming, he's not a savior. Pat Schumer is not stepping in to save the season. It's a different move. This is a caution for the base. He ain't coming in here for us to go 4-0. All right? That's not what this is. That's not what this is. I'm cautioning you now. But he's going to mix things up. You're going to see the run. I wish this would be the perfect game for me to stream. And I promise you, I'm going to try. After that wedding, after that thing that I'm going to on Saturday, the wedding is actually on Sunday. But after what I'm going to on Saturday, because the game is at 10 p.m., it's a night game. They're going to be, according to Versace, they're going to be impaired. Where's Versace? Is he trading right now? Versace's making $1 million right now on trading, so he's probably not here. But according to Versace, they're going to be impaired because it's a 10 p.m. Eastern time game. It's an 8 p.m. It's an 8 p.m. Mountain time. All right. So if you're in the mountains, if you're on that side of the world, it's going to be 8 p.m. Mountain time. So take one of those times, depending on where you are in the world, South Africa, Australia, and just adjust it for your time zone. 10 p.m. Eastern time for the Oregon State game. Yeah, Oregon State. And 8 p.m. Mountain time. So just adjust one of those times for your time zone. T-Mac says, bro, their old line is terrible. It's not that. But T-Mac, bro, why are you not paying attention to the data? I mean, how many times I'm going to answer the same question? You're not doing data, baby. You're doing something else. You're not talking about data. You're talking barbershop talk. Stop doing that barbershop talk. Come with information, data that says they're trash. Don't tell me, oh, I just been watching. Everybody's been watching, so you got to watch for something else too. You're not watching for what I'm watching for. I'm watching for information. You're watching just to have fun, just to see them win or lose. That's it. So I'm watching for data because I'm running a channel. I'm running a sports channel. When I'm watching the game, am I having fun? Yes. When they're doing good, I'm having fun. When they're doing bad, my emotions are going up and down like they're cardiac kids. But I'm also watching critically. All right. You have to take a critical position when you are trying to run a channel that has to do with football and bringing information to a constituents that a lot of them don't know about football. So I have to explain a lot of these things. So when I watch critically. When I read critically. I read between the line. I'm an analyst, okay? I try to analyze data for this constituents. I'm not breaking news. Even though I'm breaking news right now, this definitely breaking news. There is no more breaking news than this news right here that Sean Lewis is out and Pat Schumer from the New York Giants, the best city in the world, Pat Schumer, who is a former coach of the New York Giants, is currently going to be calling plays for the next game. Is he going to do the subsequent games after that? We don't know. Right now, we know that this is a major breaking news. This is breaking news. But on this channel, you're barely going to see this. I was going to as soon as I saw it, I'm like, let me go do it real quick. Let me go do a video and put it up real quick. But I was like, nah. Everybody gonna beat me to it. There's no way I'm breaking this news doing a video. It'll be like 3-4 hours from now. All of y'all will have that information. It won't be from my channel, and I will be SOL. I ain't doing that. I'm coming live, and I don't care. Let's go. So when you do this 4 times, you have the liberty to do that kind of stuff. You can come on here anytime you want, and that's what I'm doing. So I thank you for everybody that's rocking with me. But Pat Schumer is now going to be the OC, or at least for now, it's going to be the OC. Who wants to come on? Email me if you want to come and shoot your shot. You can come on here and debunk what I'm saying, or you can come on here and you can further the conversation and provide more information. If you just want to shoot your shot and you just want to get some stuff off your chest about this team, let's go. All right, here we go. I got one person that wants to come on, guys. It's about to get exciting. Let's go. So just look on your screen. If you're just joining the stream, guys, look on your screen. Pat Schumer takes over as play caller for CU. Sean Lewis is out. That's the information. But there's more to this. We're going to be talking about that soon. All right, so BP, I send you the link. You can come on here. All right, Marlon, I think is your name. I'm about to send you the link as well. I'm gonna have to bring you on one at a time. Casey Davis. So what is the excuse when they lose again? It depends on what your perspective is. Monica Elmore, what's up, yo? How you doing, Monica? So, yeah. So Casey Davis says, so what's the excuse if they lose again? Your perspective is the excuse. Okay. Nobody is singing the praises of something that's about to happen. We're just telling you what's happening. They can lose, just like anybody else. There's no excuse if they lose. But anyways, I gotta guess. I don't want to be rude. Let's bring on BP so BP can shoot their shot.
Yo, can you hear me?
BP, I can hear you. You're speaking with Harry B. Should I call you BP or what should I call you?
Just call me B, bro. This is keep it.
We're
keep
both
it,
B's.
keep it
Harry
100.
B and B. Okay.
Work B to for the second power.
B to the second power.
Hey, look, man. Listen. From my perspective, I agree with most of what you're saying. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, there are a lot of areas that this team needs to improve, right?
Okay.
Now, we can't necessarily blame it all on the O-line, but come on, bro. That last game, if you watch let's watch the film. There's one thing to look at the stats, and the stats will sometimes lie to you. I mean, you play football. You said people play football. I play football, and okay, you might have somebody with a bunch of stats, but they're getting all these yards and all the other things at the wrong times. But I don't want to harp on that because that's, we can split hairs about that all day long. But what we do have is an OC that's been replaced, which sounds like to me all people have been in Deion's ear and everybody's ear and said, hey, there needs to be a change. I had a sneaking suspicion from the time that this guy got hired that he was there to kind of watch over and take over either from the booth up top or eventually take over if this offense didn't work, right?
Okay.
But let's back up a second. Again, I think this O-line has problems, and it has for a long time. And Shedeur has been compensating for this O-line by first having a surprise offense. Let's give the OC a little bit of credit. Because
before you continue, are you they are trash choir?
I think they have evolved to trash because people have been watching films and they no longer have they have no longer have any surprises to surprise anybody with.
So that's a yes.
That is a yes. It's a resounding yes because of what they've evolved to, which is worse than what they started with. And I can't believe that they just became worse. It just the product that they put on the field is so apparent now that all the teams have game for them and they got nothing left to adjust. That's the reason why we're at a point where the OC is now being replaced pretty much at the close end of the year. We're in emergency mode right now, right? So for it to get to this bad where the OC is now being replaced, I feel for him because he probably did as best he could. But the problem is, during game time, he doesn't know how to manage the game, especially when it gets in the tough situations. And he's not improving that offense. He's not, right? And so Again, we can look at stats till the cows come home, but when people look at film, which is what professional teams do, and when you look at the NIL, you just might as well say these kids are professional league now. Everybody gritting their teeth because it's money to be made. So when they're studying them films hard, the kids who want to play this game and want to exceed at it, they studying the film harder than Dion can, right? And that's not taken away from the coach. But the problem is they keep showing up thinking that this nice, fancy, fast run offense that they got is going to win them games. And oh, by the way, when you think about those bubble screens and all that spread offense that they were running, I mean, if you think about it, when they first started the season, they were surprising people. So the O-line didn't really have to work that hard because they were getting stuff out quick. They were getting things out quick because they hadn't gamed for them. They hadn't filmed for them. But now it's becoming completely apparent that either one, we got to get a better coach that's going to coach them in situations. And two, we got to coach them up on the fundamentals. That game with UCLA was horrendous. If you watch that, some of the games I watched in slow motion just to kind of see the little intricacies of what they were doing and not doing on defense. But I could watch it at full speed and watch these guys block, two guys blocking one guy and completely letting the guy just bypass the entire game. I mean, it's almost as if it was fixed. I mean, I ain't going to go that far, but it was that bad, right? So how do you go from a season starting off good and go to so bad that you got such a holy offensive line that any grandmother can sit up and watch it and say, dude, this ain't supposed to be happening.
So what are you attributing that to?
I'm attributing to the fact that in the beginning of the season, they surprised everybody because nobody thought they were going to be any good. People weren't watching them. People weren't gaming for them because they figured they weren't paying attention. So a lot of people still thought they had that same team. Only people that were close to the situation and following it knew that they had flipped over that whole team. It wasn't.
Hold up. That's a little flawed because you can either block or you can't. It has nothing to do with how surprised somebody is.
What I'm trying to tell you is the schemes that they brought at the beginning of the season was a fast-paced screens, little out routes that what's the number 3 was running. It worked at the beginning of the season, and for my money, they weren't putting a lot of pressure on the O-line because they moved so fast, and defenses hadn't gamed for them. They hadn't seen them on film. They thought they were scrubs. They're not scrubs, but they're not the caliber team that can defend against the caliber teams they're playing right now at this late in the season. So I think they've always been who they are, but now teams know who they are. Right?
Okay, so give me 1 second. Let me address my Marlon. I'll be with you in a second. All right, guys, just give me a head nod. I'll be with you in a second. All right, so okay, but let me say something now. Let me tell you. I hear what you're saying, and you are part of the choir of their trash. But when you levy trash, the trash talk has to be, or the trash label, it has to be warranted. The reason why I feel like it's not warranted is because these are the same guys that are blocking. Blocking doesn't just go away overnight. Whether you're saying, like, I get your argument about, oh, they were surprising teams and people after game number 1 and 2, you can't really surprise anybody anymore because now they know who your guys are, but they continue to win and they continue to block. Something transpired, something happened. We realized that they were not running the ball to mix it up. So if you said that the UCLA game was atrocious, I don't agree. The reason why I don't agree is if you watch the very first quarter of the UCLA game, we were controlling the game. We controlled the game in the UCLA game. The very first quarter, we controlled it. Do you really?
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Okay, go ahead. I don't want to
forget my You ever heard of a bend don't break defense?
What?
Bend don't break.
Bend don't break defense?
Yeah. You ever heard of that style of defense where you bend don't break? Especially when you're playing a new team you haven't played before, you're trying to kind of. It's like the first rounds of a fight.
But I'm about to talk about that. I think I'm about to answer that. I'm about to talk about that. That's what I'm about to talk about.
But the last thing I want to say to that is they only came away with 3 points after that fabulous run because the defense tightened up. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm going to answer that. So the very first quarter, I talk about this on my live stream. I know we get a lot of people in the live stream, but not everybody comes, obviously, right? But I'm screaming it, and I'm like, listen, the very first quarter, after the very first quarter, thank you, Mike. Mike, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much, Mike. After the very first quarter, there is an adjustment coming. And I always say it, whenever you practice, whenever you are preparing for a team that only has tape on you, all they know is the tape. And all they know is the people talking online about how you guys are overrated. That's all they know. So if they don't prepare correctly, they're only going to prepare for the hype. They're going to be surprised because they have to actually meet Shiloh. They have to actually see Travis Hunter with those 2 interceptions. They're going to have to feel that impact, but it's only going to happen in the first quarter. And I said that in a video, and I broke it down and everything, right? And then I said, after the first quarter, they're going to realize, oh wow, they are the truth. This is a really good team. After that, the adjustment comes. Now, after the adjustment comes, we are supposed to adjust with the run play as well. We're supposed to be so balanced that we don't give them any opportunity, the OCs and the DCs. We give them zero opportunity to figure out our patterns and to start and to pick up and then to start stopping everything we're doing. That's what was happening. So after the first quarter, their adjustments came. We never adjusted. We did not adjust. We were 6-0 in the first quarter. 6-0. We were up. We're not supposed to be up. According to Vegas, we were supposed to get trenched. Trenched, if that's not probably the American word, but we were supposed to get demolished, okay? Right. We were supposed to get wiped off the field because Oregon did it, USC did it. They came out and they smacked us in the mouth, and it was like, wow, okay, this team is really good. That was the first joke. The Oregon loss is the only loss that I accept from my team, CU. Coach Prime has a gem of a team on his hands, but we had no surprise after those 4 games. After that, people started figuring out what we could do. The very first team that figured it out, it was CSU. After the CSU game, it was all downhill from that. I'm watching critically and I'm seeing it. I'm like, oh, please adjust. Please adjust. We get down to the daggone 10-yard line on the daggone UCLA side in the red zone. No run game. Nothing. We pass 3 times, get sacked, and we kick a field goal. Are you kidding me? So that's what I'm saying.
All right, bro. So look. You know, you said the third game, people should get it if they're studying films based on my philosophy. What's their record right now?
4-4.
Right. So they barely won one other game beyond the third game, and stuff started going downhill real fast, right?
I mean, but we should have won the Stanford game. That was easy, right?
But we didn't.
You agree, right?
Well, yeah, but we didn't.
But we didn't. But I mean, we should have.
But hold on now. The balance to that is Stanford. I mean, they're probably some smart guys. I don't want to sit here and trash them. But in terms of football, they're not very well respected. As a matter of fact, they're looked as probably an easy lick. And we had trouble with them. We let them score 40-something points in the second half, right?
Because of the lack of adjustments. We didn't run the ball.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing.
I think I'm saying. The data has to be there because we're talking about the O-line. The narrative is the O-line is trash.
Well, I said at the top of this conversation, the whole team needs some help. I think Deion Sanders has done a fantastic job with what he's had to do within a short amount of time. So I'm not taking away from him, and I'm not taking away from those kids either, because they had a lot to learn very quickly to become a gel team. It's just not happening, right? And I think at the beginning of the season, it was the rah-rah, it was the feelings, it was all that. But what makes a team is what you do when somebody's punching you in the mouth, and you got to adjust to it, just like you just said. And neither the team has rallied together and adjusted and said, well, damn, this coach, he's not doing what we need to do. We're going to figure this out. Nor the OC has figured out how to adjust, nor the head coach, who I admire and adore as a person and as a human being and what he's achieved. But this year is just not coming together. And the product you get from that is you got holes everywhere. And they get worse by the week when the team's game for you. And like you said, if I don't play you and I got to look at film, until I play you and you smack me in the mouth and I smack you in the mouth, I don't know what I got yet. So I think that first half was UCLA jabbing and feeling you out and seeing what's happening. And then when they made the adjustment, we said, "Oh man, we got these guys. We don't even have to get into a stance. We can stand up and get these guys." Right?
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, listen, I know what we're talking. We're kind of going different places, but I stay on a narrative line. I stay on the narrative line where they are trash. I'm just trying to make sure that we are not vilifying these young men when everybody is saying you're trash, we have to somebody that has to be a voice. Marlon, I'm coming to you right now in a second. There has to be a voice in the crowd amongst the people that says, and everybody is singing, you're trash, we have to be careful how we levy them, and it has to be warranted. I'm on the side of it's not warranted because the data doesn't say it. If you watch the video a little longer, in the video that I put up about stop blaming the O-line, I said, or I didn't say, but the article says that when they are on, they're solid. Because Shedeur cannot be number 3 in the nation in passing yards, and they're trash. Because I take trash to be you ain't nothing. We're getting rid of you. You shouldn't be around me. I have a garbage can that's trash, and I barely want to open it. You smell bad. I don't want no part of you. You're terrible. Get up out of here. I don't want no part of you. You're garbage.
I know you got to get me up out here to get to the next person. I appreciate that. Let me say this.
Okay.
If I was your boy, right, and you went in, you had a fight, right? You got your butt whipped, right? Now you still gonna be my boy. We still gonna be cool, but I'll be like, dude, you was kind of trash right about then. You got some stuff to work on. Would you appreciate me doing that, or should I just shut up and let you get your butt kicked the next time?
So are we using American colloquial to say, oh, it's just a play on words for just say, come on, man, you need to do better? Is that what we're doing? Because nobody's defining trash.
I think there's a mixture of folks who are disappointed, but they still love them, and they're trying to get through to them as people trying to help them to saying, man, y'all playing like trash right now. Right?
There's a difference when your family tells you, and there's a difference when the whole world is against you.
Bro, the people that are on these lines and these sites and all these things that y'all are doing, let's just say it. We help make them as big as they are. Our word of mouth help get them known. So most of the people who are coming to these sites like yours, they love this team to death. They love them like they're their own children or their brother. And the amount of things that you're hearing is a disappointment, as if you were my brother, you were my best friend, or you were somebody in my family. It's like, dude, come on, man, you making the family look bad. You can't be sitting here blocking 3 people on one guy and letting the whole team tackle your quarterback and make it so bad that the other team feels so sorry for your quarterback that they go and pick him up and brush him off while you standing over there picking your nose. That's trash.
All right. Well, everybody is not in the culture, so I just want to make sure.
You got a mixture of people that are calling and commenting, and all of them don't feel the same, bro. That's not all hate. It's love. People saying, "Come on, man, this is trash. Pick it up."
Okay. So on that note, I see what you're saying. I can stand corrected. I can see from that perspective, right? Because we have our perspective here. From that perspective, then we have to clarify that, and I'm glad that we can clarify some of that. So, but let me bring Marlon on. I thank you for calling. I thank you for coming on, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, take care.
Yeah.
All right, Marlon, I'm about to bring you on, brother, so we can have a conversation. I see you raising your hand. I see you agreeing to the American colloquial. Bro, if I call you trash, I love you, but come on, man, you got to do better.
Exactly, brother. First of all, I want to tell you, that it's all love, brother. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay. It's all love, man. And what the young brother was just saying just now is exactly on point with where I'm coming from. I love you. I love what you're doing. I see your passion and everything, bro. And I'm not downing you for that or none of that stuff. My point is, from a
before you make your point though, let me put you in a category. Let me label you. Are you on the trash choir, or are you neutral? Or where do you stand on the trash choir?
I stand on the fact that they pass blocking is trash.
Their pass.
So
Okay. All right, now go ahead.
Yeah.
So it's not a general trash.
No, it's not a general trash.
Where the trash is coming from.
Yes, I believe the brothers need work, bro. I think this is where coaching comes in. I think a lot of people forget about this. And I just want to let you know off top, I'm not just no fan, dog. I actually played football on the college level. You know what I'm saying? I actually was an NFL prospect.
You look like you played. Were you an O-lineman?
I'm an O-lineman now. After you know what I'm saying? But I used to play running back.
I am now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But from a pass blocking standpoint, brother, the last game, you could clearly see that these brothers was blatantly missing guys that was right in their face. Like all they had to do was just look and see that this was the guy that they would have had to pick up, and you would see 3 linemen on one guy, and even on the one guy that the 3 was on, they wasn't even blocking that one guy. So it was 2 people coming in. You know what I'm saying? So I was getting frustrated because that dude cannot stand back there and take those hits like that, bro. Now I can see if you was just automatically getting just beat, you know what I'm saying? It happens. But it was multiple occasions where them brothers was just letting dudes just run through. That's not good, brother. You know what I'm saying? And it don't look good on the coaches because that's their job, bro. Just as much as we watching the game, they watching film on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Ours. So you can't say that they didn't see these things happening because it's been happening other games as well. So when you come to, you know, what, we 9 games in and you still making mistakes like that, come on, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like we have to, you know, get on them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
let me laugh. Somebody said now we're just debating on the level of trash they are. Now we're just talking about how trash they are. But go ahead.
Yeah, but
we're identifying the trash.
I just want to see them improve. I want to see them improve, bro. You can't be 9 weeks in and making little mistakes like that, bro. That's not good at all. You know what I'm saying? When you can't even identify the people that you actually supposed to be picking up, that's not good. Okay. And so getting to your remote real quick, getting to your comment about the amount of yards that Shedeur has, putting him 3rd in the nation, right? My comment to that was you can't disqualify the fact that he has so many attempts as well. You know what I'm saying? We can't just we can't dismiss that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing from Shedeur. I think Shedeur is like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, but you can't ignore the fact that we throw so much, bro. That plays a big thing in, you know, the amount of yards that.
That's the point. That is
the point. No, I'm talking about the amount of yards. You were saying that the data don't lie, but sometimes the data can mislead you. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I was saying that, you know, we have so many passing attempts that, you know, the yards is up there. But we have a unique situation here because Shedeur is really that dude. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we have the fact that not only, you know, he get the attempts, but the dude really is nice. But we can't disqualify the fact that he get many attempts, because I'm pretty sure if you look at those top 5 quarterbacks and you look at the attempts, I'm pretty sure Shedeur is probably leading, you know what I'm saying, in attempts. Okay. So you know, we can't dismiss that. And I ain't taking nothing from Shedeur. I think Shedeur is the man out there. But from the O-line, from the blocking standpoint, brother, they got to do much better, bro. And that also falls on coaching. And I'm not dismissing what you said about the OC. His play calling was trash. You know, we have to be balanced. And I do think that Pat Shermer, I think he's gonna come in and do at least a better job of play calling. You know what I'm saying?
So let me take the first. I'll take the first thing and then I'll answer the second part. The first part of they trash on pass blocking. Let me take this in stride, because if somebody is going to put you in a position to win, right, then what they're going to do is they're going to mix it up. If you mix it up, then because you don't have a sample for running. That's what I'm thinking people are missing. We have zero sample for run blocking. So we can't sit here and talk about the data for the run block. All of our evaluations are based on pass blocking. So if that's all you have and that's the only thing that's being exposed, then they're on the hot seat every single time. It's like we're watching. It's like they're throwing to Travis Hunter 100%. Travis Hunter, he's gonna be exposed at a certain point. People started calling Travis Hunter trash. Let's be frank. People started calling him trash after that Stanford game when number 13 was giving him the business. Our own people. And I'm like, Travis Hunter is trash? I was like, I went straight to my African bet. Oh, my people. Travis Hunter trash, oh. I almost lost my mind because I'm like, he's gassed. Do you not see him breathing heavy? Travis Hunter is holding his side. He didn't practice for a whole month. When I say practice, I mean at the speed that he's supposed to practice to be game ready, right? He didn't do that for over a whole month. So he comes into this game and supposed to be a hero.
Yeah, so exactly.
If you look at that, that's what I mean when I say data, right? We got to look at the things, the details that makes that happen, right? So now we call Travis Hunter trash. Okay, it's American Calico. It's trash means I love you.
No, that's just fans that don't know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Travis is trash. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, now we go back to the O-line and we say, mix it up. Give me a sample to see if these guys are really trash. Because if you give them a break, where I know you want O-line, man, I don't want to disrespect y'all, but I'm just saying the O-line is almost like a break when they're getting to block for the run as opposed to the daggone pass block. So when you're pass blocking, it gives you a little bit of a breather. So you're not out there always trying to chase, big juking linemen or juking corner, whoever. So it gives you a little bit of a break, and then it messes with your mental as well. When you get the first hit, when you are the aggressor, it plays within your mentality as the game progresses. So people know that when you are playing the game, your mental has to be also managed by the coach. Because the more mistakes that you make, it wears down on your mental as the game progresses. So late in the game, you're going to see more of the mistakes happening. That's where Versace said they're impaired. All right. These guys, they're playing at a point where now it's like, dang, I got beat last play. I got to forget about the fact that I got beat. And then the next play you get beat again, it wears you down. By the third or fourth quarter, you're missing simple stops. And you're like, what in the world is going on? You can't find no answers now because the coaching staff is not even helping you at all.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm coming from. That's why I'm like, I'm locked in on that because I'm like, listen, they're not trash. They just need help from the coaches.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. I don't want you to misconstrue. I'm with you. I was just wanted to be on you. I just wanted to be on you because in the beginning, when I came into the channel, it was saying that you were saying don't blame the O-line, and I took offense to that because they need some blame, bro. Like I was saying before.
That was a title. That was a creative title to get people to come in. That was not like.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about when I came in. I was hearing you. I was hearing you saying not to blame the O-line, and you was making reference to the
not entirely right. You can't blame them. You can't put all the blame on the O-line. You cannot put all the blame on them.
Yeah, I agree with you. Can't put all the blame on them, but you can't. We can't sit up there and say, bruh, like, come on, dog. This week 9, bruh, and it was making mistakes like that. Come on, dog. That falls on both them and the coaching. At some point, the coaching have to develop these dudes. And so, like, if you making little simple mistakes, is recognizing who you have to block. That's not good, brother. That's not good.
You're already down, man. You're already down. There's information that backs that up. You're defeated at that point because in the first quarter you weren't making those mistakes. So at a certain point you get defeated. At a certain point you're worn down because you're not getting no help. So there's information to back that out. It's understandable. How do you do that the first half, but then after the first quarter, nothing? You can't do. Now you're missing everything. It doesn't make sense.
For that game, they've been consistently doing the same things, brother. You know
But
what
they
I'm saying? And
they've been consistently not getting no help either.
yeah, true. And so that's what I'm saying. That like the blame needs to be the coaches need to take accountability.
That's what I'm saying. The blame needs to be kind of like, you know, shared amongst everybody else. It can't just be like the O-line, because all I'm hearing is the O-line sucks. Nobody wants to point the finger at Coach Prime, Sean Lewis. People will say Sean Lewis sucks too, but nobody wants to point the finger anywhere. It was like this whole week after the UCLA game, trash O-line everywhere.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I'm reading all the comments, and I'm like, stop it. It's not trash O-line. You can't put everything on them. No way. I'm not taking that.
You're right. You can't, coach. There was no adjustments, you know, to you know what was taking place. Like you know, you could have came out with max protection. You could have actually rolled the pocket to protect your door. Like none of that was happening. You know what I'm saying? Running the ball. You know, like none of that was happening. None of that's been happening. So I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on with the coaches. You know, from that adaptive standpoint, and I also don't. You know, my gripe was the fact that we just so predictable, bruh. We so predictable, and you know, like you were saying before, if I know you passing, dog, then the example of what UCLA did is going to happen moving forward. You know what I'm saying? And that's been the blueprint since the Colorado State game. If you notice, that's all what they've been doing. You know, if you know the defense been doing, and so they've been able to tee off on them. And so, you know, we have to have adjustments, bro. We have to have adjustments, man.
Every DC that we played was like a NFL Hall of Fame DC. I'm telling you, they made it so easy for them. And I'm like, I was screaming, run the ball when we got to the red zone on UCLA. I'm like, run the ball. Savion can walk into the end zone. That dude from Jackson State is Starkey. Did you see when he arrived to see you? Did you see his video? I was like, who is that strong brother? Put that guy right there, like put him everywhere. We don't run the ball one time in the red zone. What in the world is going on?
I'm confused by that one as well, bro. I'm confused by that as well. You know, like I say, I'm a former running back, though, so I was disappointed in the fact that we don't utilize. We so deep at running back also on top of that. And so I don't understand why we don't utilize that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's an asset for us.
So now I got a question for you. Let's flip the script real quick, because now we got to get into the nitty-gritty.
Mm-hmm.
The change, does it insinuate that we're blaming now Sean Lewis?
I mean,
are we blaming Sean Lewis for this change? Because now Sean Lewis comes in, right? So we're having problems now, right? We adjusting from the O-line sucks to now Sean Lewis it's evident that Sean Lewis and everybody that was crying Sean Lewis sucks, they now have vindication to say, I told you so. So now are we kind of blaming Sean Lewis for all of the problems? Because I said this because Coach Prime is the head coach. I understand that you don't want to step on nobody. You don't want to micromanage anybody. But I have a question, Coach Prime. And I know it's either you or him. It's not going to be you.
Yeah.
But are you taking some of this weight, or are we just going to put all of this on Sean Lewis?
That's a good question. I like that too. And hopefully, you know, Coach Prime, you know, take on some of that blame, because at the end of the day, I mean, we don't know enough, you know, that we not behind the scenes enough to actually know how Coach Prime allow his coaches to do their thing. We don't know how much that allows. You know, some coaches don't like to micromanage. You know, some coaches, you know, they do like to be, you know, check with me first. So we don't know behind the scenes. But with this move is saying that to me that the play calling needs to change. That's what it's saying to me. Now, what's going to happen is if Pat Schumer come in doing the exact same thing, then Coach Prime ain't going to have nothing else to hide behind. If he's hiding, you know what I'm saying? Or if he's trying to throw old boy under the bus. You know what I'm saying? So
where do you stand? Don't worry, people not going to get mad at you. I'll protect you. Where do you stand?
I'm not worried about nothing, bro. I think Coach Prime needs to share some of that blame, because there was no adjustments, bro. The offense is the same thing week in and week out, bro. Is no adjustment. That falls on your head coach. It falls on your head coach. It also falls on the position coaches that the brothers can't seem to recognize defensive fronts. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting equal blame on all the coaches, but at the end of the day, Coach Prime is the head brother in charge. So he's going to be the one that has to take the heat for everything. You know what I'm saying? There's no scapegoating. You know, we see everything. So especially now that they made their move. You know what I'm saying? I'm with Coach Prime. I was actually, if I was able to, I'll show you. I'm from New Orleans. I originally sent LSU's staff, the brass, telling them that they need to pick up Coach Prime when he was still before he even went to Jackson State. I knew that Coach Prime was going to be that dude. And so I'm with Coach Prime. You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling for him and everything. But I just hope that coaching staff has that ability to tell Coach, hey, Coach, we can't be doing X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that Coach Prime is open enough to those, you know, those criticisms from his coaching staff. That we don't want.
Let me ask this question. And by the way, before I ask this question, anybody that wants to come on and shoot their shot like Marlon, come on here, shoot your shot, talk what you got to talk. Hot tips for tlpsports@gmail.com. Hot tips. Let me put that up here real quick, Marlon. Give me 1 second, okay? All right, so it's hot tips for tlpsports@gmail.com. Let me go ahead and copy and paste that just in case I have to do that again. Boom. Shoot me an email. I'm going to send you the link. All right, guys? Okay, so let me ask you this question. Somebody said this in the comments. Let me see who it was. This said, let's say Coach Prime already takes some of the blame. So that's what I want to talk about. I want to ask you this question. When coaches say that falls on me, do you find that to be genuine? Do you find it to be genuine? Do you find it to be genuine when a head coach or somebody in a position of leadership, when they come out and say, we're having this problem, they're yelling at the kids and say everything, and then at the end of the day, oh yeah, that falls on me. I'm the head coach, and some of that falls on me. Do you find that statement from generals to be a genuine thing when they say that?
I think when Coach Prime says it, he means it. I genuinely believe that. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Because you got to understand what type of person Coach Prime is a one-of-one type guy. We maybe Bo Jackson is the closest thing to him. But other than Bo Jackson, we've never seen an athlete like this brother, like Coach Prime. And so, and then he's authentic. I really think he's authentic. You know what I'm saying? He means what he say and everything. But I also understand that sometimes some of these coaches have to say things in order to take the heat off their staff. And I also believe Coach Prime does that as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he understands the pressure that his staff is going to take because of the fact of who he is. You know what I'm saying? So I also understand, Coach is smart enough to know how to be the shield for everybody. But at some point, like I said, we don't have the everyday, behind the scenes of what he's saying to these coaches or whatever saying. All we can do is just guess and assume. But maybe it's a possibility that Coach Prime was talking to Sean Lewis. Hey man, I'm trying to give you, I'm trying to work with you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to believe in you. I'm trying to let you do your thing. We don't know. Or maybe Coach Sean Lewis is probably telling Coach Prime, look, maybe Coach Lewis wanted to run the ball. I don't know. We don't know that. Maybe Coach Lewis was trying to tell Coach Prime, hey, we need to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't remember off the top of my head, but this was asked to Coach Prime once before, earlier in the season, about them, their lack of running. You know what I'm saying? And he dismissed it. I got to keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know. So we don't know if Sean Lewis has been coming to coach and say, hey, we need to, do do more running, or Coach Prime going at Sean Lewis, hey brother, you need to change up some things. We that's the one piece that we don't know. We just speculate.
Yeah. So Coach Prime, because he's been consistent as somebody who tells the truth, because he puts it all out there, and everybody knows that this guy is a truthful guy. When he speaks the truth. He tells the kids up in their face, look, man, I'm going to replace you. That gives them that cushion to be able to be released from that when he says it.
Is at 100%. But it also, like we say, we've never come across somebody like his stature. So we don't know if Coach Prime is one of them guys that can take like what you gonna tell Coach Prime? You know what I'm saying? This man is at the pinnacle. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't changing.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't know how I mean, at least I can speak that. I don't know how he handles that type of situation. I've never been in a situation where I was able to talk to Coach Prime. So we don't know how he can handle, look, coach, somebody trying to get at him or talk to him, because, actually, what can you tell this man that he don't already know? Not saying he knows everything, you know what I'm saying? But I can see from the coaching staff around him, that got to be hard on them as well to talk to this Hall of Fame icon to say, hey, what you saying is not working. That would be hard to do.
So who did get at Coach Prime?
I think he got those elders that he be keeping with. I think he keep them around him to keep him level. I think that's why the older guys that's with him, like Coach Hart. I can't remember the older gentleman.
You think Neely is one of those people?
Neely? No.
You don't think he's an advisor?
I don't think it, he probably say stuff, but I don't think it hold any weight to it, as far as, not nearly. You talking about nearly the other channel, right?
The pregame show Neely.
Yeah,
Uncle Neely.
Yeah, no. But I think he has a couple of the older gentlemen that's around him. I think he looks to them. I think he also looks to Pat Schumer as well. I think Pat Schumer holds some weight now, as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know any as far as the other coaching staff that's on there. Maybe Coach Kelly. Because Coach Kelly come from Nick Saban, and I know Coach Prime respects Nick Saban. And
what about the Italian guy?
What Italian guy?
He came from Nick Saban as well. The DC. Is it the DC or the tight ends coach? What was he?
Oh, you talking about the tight end guy?
Yeah.
So you see that one I can't.
Sal Sunseri.
Yeah, that one I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Coach Prime old school, so. Yeah, he's an old Italian guy that seems like he has a lot of knowledge. He cusses a lot, but he seems like he has a lot of knowledge.
And so Coach Prime old school, so he might, bro. Coach Prime, he old school, and from value standpoint, you know what I'm saying? So he may, bro. And so that's the thing, bro. We don't know how much clout, if I have to use the word, that they weight carry when they talking to Coach Prime. You know what I'm saying? But I think we're gonna see a lot. I think we're going to start to see a lot these next couple games because of this change and Pat Schumer and everything. So I think that's going to tell us a lot. You know what I'm saying? But because don't forget, it was Coach Prime also out of his own mouth after the game that says, hey, when they asked him, hey, what's the problem? He said, what we're going to do is we're going to get some new linemen to replace. That's what we're going to do. Remember he said that?
But he replaced the OC.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So so he obviously seeing the same things we seeing as well, brother. But I know you got to do your thing, brother. I definitely appreciate you.
Thanks for coming on, man.
My piece. But look, brother, I love you, dog. I love you. I love what you're doing, brother. I love your passion and everything. Keep doing your thing, bro. And don't get frustrated with us, dog. We just have that same passion for the CU situation and Coach Prime, and that's all it is, brother.
I now understand that I have to. Y'all Americans, y'all talk y'all move a little different. Your love can be a little harsh.
Yeah. That's how it is. That's how it is. We get into it. We get into it, you make it knocked out, but we gonna pick you up and dust you off and say, we good? All
Let's
right,
go,
that's
we
what it is.
Yo,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
good? I think,
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's like, bro, we good?
Yeah. That's what it is, brother. But I appreciate you.
I come from the side of the world where your love has to be defined and identified. Or,
Yeah,
or
right on.
there's no in between for us. So I understand it.
Got you. Right on.
Thank you,
brother.
man. Thanks for
All right,
coming
man.
on.
Have a good one.
All right, you
right,
too.
thanks again. All
Take
right.
care. All right, guys. So if anybody wants to come on, if any of y'all wants to come on and let me, if any of y'all want to come on and shoot your shot, talk to me. Let me know. The coaching change. Now Sean Lewis is out. You got what's his name? You got Pat Schumer, who was the former New York Giants coach. He's now in there. If you want to come on and let me know what your thoughts are, hot tips for TLP Sports at gmail.com. Are we running the ball more now that we're going to get a new coach? What are the implications of this new coach? There's a lot of narrative this is going to be the hottest news. I'm just going to let you guys know now. This is going to be the hottest news. And it's going to make the rounds. It's even going to go all the way into the political realms. Okay? Anything that goes on here with Colorado is going to break the internet. All right? I just wanted to be one of the first ones to break it and say, hey, it's happening in the YouTube verse. I saw it. I could not wait and make a video, edit it, say the right words. All of that, nope. I had to come on right here and say, Sean Lewis is out, Pat Schumer's in. What are the narratives that are going to be spread out into the universe? A lot of people are going to be saying, well, I thought it was the O-line. And then it's going to be, well, the O-line is only being controlled by Sean Lewis. So he had to go. Okay, so what are the narratives that are coming out of this? Put it in the comments. I'll put your comment up. If you say something, say what you got to say. I'll put the comment up. If you don't want to come up and say it on live like Marlon just did, Marlon, I appreciate you. I want you to come on here. I want you to talk your talk because the game is going to be on Saturday. It's going to be 10 p.m. Eastern time, and then it's going to be 8 p.m. Mountain Time. So it's going to be another impairment game. But at that point, we're going to have a new coach calling the plays. What are your expectations with the new coach calling the plays? All right. What do you think is about to happen? What are your score predictions? What are your game winning W's and L's predictions? Okay. Do we win 2 more games to go? Do we win 2 more games to go bowling? Pat Schumer's not going to make a difference. It doesn't matter. The team is still trash. I'm still on the trash choir, and I'm staying on this choir. As a matter of fact, I'm upgrading my position in this choir to choir director. The trash. We're done for the season. Where do you stand? All right. I want to know where you stand as far when it comes to the trash choir, and how do you feel about the change that's coming? Pat Schumer is very capable play caller. He's trying to make his way, I'm sure, back into coaching. I don't know if his goals are going to be coaching for college. He wants to have a head coaching job where he gets his own team and get back into coaching, or eventually go back to the NFL. I don't know what he wants to do, but for the most part, the talking heads, the people that know this game, they say when you want to get back into coaching, you go and get an assistant job under a college coach, you prove yourself, and then you can work your way back up. That's what most coaches do that comes from the NFL ranks or anywhere else. Just go and ask somebody if you can assist them. Sometimes you do it for free if you have to. But what do you guys think about this coaching change? This is major news. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be on Undisputed. Stephen A. Smith is going to talk about it. I mean, the Speak is going to talk about it. That's one of my favorite shows now. I love those 4 people. All right. I think April is the lady's name. I don't know the guy's name. I know April's name. I like her. I like her commentary. I like what she brings. She's kind of like the middle ground. I like middle ground people who are not always here. They're not always all the way here, all the way there. They're kind of like somewhere in the center, and they can bring they can make sense out of anything. I think I like April from that show. But everybody's going to be talking about this. What do you say? If you want to come on and talk your shot and speak your talk, shoot your shot. I don't even know what to say right now. Hot tips for TRPsports@gmail.com. All right. Let me know if you want to come on here and say. All right, Monica, what did you say? I don't care how many times you change the frame on a picture. The look may be different, but you still have that ugly picture. All right. Okay. Thank you, Wild Dog. So Monica, Monica. So what do you mean? What are you saying, Monica? What are you saying? I want to know what you're saying. Monica, you got to break that down for me. Let me put up Yardman. Is Yardman, are you a Yardie? Most of the plays that will be called for this game will be from the old playbook. Change is always good, but you can't implement a new system within a week and run 90 to 98% of that playbook too sudden. Yeah, I mean, they have a playbook that they already studied. That makes a lot of sense because you can't implement a new playbook. It's obvious, right? But Sean Lewis had run plays in that playbook. I think it was a matter of control, not knowing when to do certain things. Because like anything, all right, if you have 2 to 3 pans or bowls in the sink, you kind of like, you play a little differently. You're like, you know what, I'll get to the dishes real soon. You keep eating during the week, you keep eating, you keep adding more dishes on there. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, now you got like, a sink full of dishes. At this point, your lazy bones kick in and you're like, dang it, I don't want to wash the dishes now. Now it's too many dishes to wash. So you're now like wishing you had a dishwasher. You're wishing you can hire somebody to come and wash these dishes because you got behind. You understand what I'm saying, guys? Because while you had an opportunity to develop the play, while you had an opportunity to just wash those 1 or 2 plates you had in the sink, you didn't do that. You waited until it was way too late, and now you're behind, and now you're trying to run the ball. Okay? Now you want to call your trick plays. It's too late, bruh. Establish yourself. You're a play caller. Dig into your play bag and bring out some tricks. If your boy get hit one time, okay, we're going to switch this up to make sure he doesn't get hit the next time. But you call a similar play and he gets hit again. Call a play where he can toss the ball away from him so that he doesn't get touched. That's how you switch it up, okay? You can't wait till it's way too late to start calling trick plays or to call run plays. You can't do that. I hope you guys understood my dishes analogy. It was a little bit off, but it kind of made sense to me when I was saying it. But that's what it is. You cannot allow yourself to get behind on play calling. The run game is one thing you have to establish in the beginning of the game. For those of you who don't know football as much, let me just repeat that. The run game has to be established in the beginning of any football game. If you wait to the second or third quarter and start to establish the run, your running backs do not have enough reps to get their legs under them to have that little swift, okay, the defense is giving me this. I mean, every time I do this, the defense goes here. Once you give them enough reps, they're going to be able to figure some things out by the time the third and fourth quarter comes. Now, the same way that guy tackled me the first time he tackled me, I know he's soft. He don't want it. I'm going to run him over. That's what your running backs that start feeling themselves like, oh, I can juke him. Last time he got me because I thought he was going to do this, but I'm going to do this next time. You start that preparation, that establishment early in the game. Give your running back some reps so that they can get up to speed. So by the middle of the game, now you're tricking the defense. They don't know if you're going to run. They don't know if you're going to pass. Shador's arm is always ready to go. So once you establish that, the pass game becomes so easy. Shador would be throwing bombs to Jimmy Horn, Xavier Weaver, even the running backs. Tight ends are going to start getting open. Mikey's going to be doing his thing. Mikey's going to be eating. Everybody going to be eating. We're going to be sitting back eating. We're enjoying the game. We're going to be like, yeah, I love it. And then football is fun. But if all you're doing is just passing, Shador's getting ate up. He's getting pummeled every single down. Bro, you guys to get up out of here. Like, that's crazy. Switch it up. Do some sweet plays. Just make sure the next play he doesn't get hit. Like, come on, bro. That was too obvious. That was too obvious. Win every game. Here comes C.K. Williams. Win every game. I don't think so. 8-4, C.K. Williams. Scroll up, Harry. I answered your question. Oh, come on, Monica. Can you copy and paste? Oh, Lord. Monica, don't do this to me. Can you copy and paste it, please? I don't think you can copy and paste in the text. Oh, man, I'm sorry. So, no, you're not going to be using a new playbook. Excuse me. You're going to use the old playbook, but for whatever reason, that playbook, Sean Lewis wasn't using it accordingly. He wasn't using it correctly. But now the question comes, does Pat Schumer know Sean Lewis's schemes? Is he astute enough, which I don't question his astuteness, but will he know what Sean Lewis is trying to do with those? He's an OG coach. Like, Pat Schumer knows how to coach, okay? This guy can coach, all right? So is Pat Schumer going to be able to pick this up real quick, learn the playbook? The kids know the playbook 80 to like 85. I wouldn't say 90% because sometimes they're still trying to figure out what's going on. So I can't give them 100% that they know the playbook. I give Shador maybe 90%. He knows the playbook. But the rest of them on communication-wise, they make too many mistakes. The wide receiver's going over there. The tight end is going over here. Shador's getting frustrated because he's putting the ball where he's supposed to put it because he's the quarterback. He knows what he's supposed to be doing. But the rest of the guys, sometimes you like, wait, but you're supposed to be over there. The ball's over here. Why are you stopping too early? So we got that going on. That dynamic is going on. So what's going to happen with the rest of the guys? What's going to happen with Pat Schumer when he has to interpret the playbook because it's not plays that he drew up or it's not plays that he as a head coach had to bring in an OC early in the season, go over the playbook, understand what's going on, and be able to say, okay, I understand what you're trying to do. Because he's a former coach, and I'm sure he came through the ranks of an OC, because usually before you become a coach, you kind of have to assist. That's pretty much a really good job to start off with if you're an OC or at least an assistant to the OC, understanding playbooks. I have all confidence that that Pat Schumer knows how to work that playbook and he's going to do his best job. But I also want to let you know, in that sense, there's still going to be some learning curve for Pat Schumer. All right. Monica, if you're still here, I don't know if you copied and pasted it. But I'll wait for you to put it up there. Let's go to CK Williams. Play calling matters. Play calling matters. Who the stars are and get them to dang ball with blockers. Watch what happens. All right. You can have a great coach, but if you don't, let's put a Zoris, you can have a great coach, but if you don't have even average players implementing the game plan, you are not going to be consistent. What are your implications, Zoris? You have decent players, okay? Let's get one thing straight. Like I said, I feel like the only loss that I'm going to accept from this year is the Oregon loss, okay? The Oregon loss is the only loss that I'm accepting. I know we got 4 of them, but Oregon is the only team that put fear in me. Only team that I don't want to ever see again, ever. I do not want to see Oregon ever again. I don't care what O-line Coach Prime gets. I do not care. I don't want to see Oregon ever again. That's how much fear they put in me when I was watching the game. They frustrated us on every single aspect of the game. So the other games that followed, we got beat by USC, we got beat by the other games that we lost, okay? I feel like we had a chance to win those games if we were to just switch it up, do some different things, all right? The defense was off sometimes. The defense gave us some scores. The offense just didn't have answers when it came to Shedeur not being on the ground. And I still stand on my notion that Shedeur should be in the Heisman conversation, because with that atrocious, like we're saying, line not blocking for him on the pass, he's still number 3 on the passing, okay? Even with all of the attempts, he ain't had no choice. That's what they were calling. He had the option to run. So do we put some of this blame on Shedeur too? Because he had the option. He was the RPO, run pass offense, and he had the option to run if he wanted to, and he just wanted to pass. Is he being groomed as a passing only quarterback? I don't know the answer to those questions. All I know is the OC is no longer here, so he's taking a bunch of those blames. All right, and now we have a new one. So somebody got to have answers somehow there. Is this it right here? You can change the coaches as much as you want, but if you still have a trash line, the outcome won't change. Give them time to get the talent and rotation linemen. Then we will see the problem. A little pushback on that, Monica. A little pushback. Remember, my stance is I'm not part of your trash choir. I don't know if you are the drummer or you play the tambourine in this choir. What is your position in this choir? Are you trash line, or are they just completely trash, or are they trash for the pass block? Because you can't say that for the run because we don't have a sample. So if you're a drummer or the choir director or wherever you stand on this trash choir, I'm pushing back because I don't think they're trash. It is only based upon the fact that they needed help from the coaches that they never received. And now we have a new coach. So the new coach is going to come in and we may get a sample, because we don't know what Pat is going to do. We don't know what the playbook is, what's in the playbook. We know that Sean Lewis, preseason, he said that this was going to be a run-heavy offense. And we have data from Kent State when Pat Schumer used to be the coach. And I believe the data states that he passed 60-something percent. He ran the ball 62% or 61% of the time. So he was very run heavy. All right. So he was very successful at that. Like my guest Pierre was saying, we don't know if Coach Prime was the culprit and said, I don't want to run the ball, let Shedeur pass because I can't trust the run. If Sean Lewis was if he was saying, hey, I want to run the ball, and Coach Prime was in his ears like, nah, we can't run here, now we got to pass, then some of that blame has to go to Coach Prime and not just Sean Lewis or Shedeur. So, but we don't have that data. We need data for the run to be able to say they're trash. That's why I have to push back. All right, let me put somebody new up here. We got the Brazil show. Do you do your Brazil show in America or in Brazil? I'm doing my African show in America. America the Great. Make America great again for all also. Hey, my brother, Omega. It was one great. Something happened. I don't know what happened though, but they're going to make it great again for all of us. I'm coming. I'm in Rio de Janeiro. Okay. I was not going to be able to pronounce that if I didn't watch the movies. Oh boy. Public school education can mess you up. What? I left America a long time ago. Okay, my brother. Playbook is the same. They are not rewriting the playbook mid-season. There's no time for that. What will change is the plays that will be called during certain situations. My brother, my Brazilian brother, you are correct. That's right. Because of what I previously said. All right. Is listen, the plays are there. You can't get caught behind. Like my dishes in the sink analogy. If you get caught behind, it's going to be very hard to do certain things. If you get caught and it's like a little bit of dishes in there, they're piling up and you wash it, you're good. But yeah, you got to establish the run. And you're going to have to mix the plays up. I believe Pat Schumer understands the assignment. Let me say that again. I believe Pat Schumer understands the assignment. You must, and this is your task. My son is getting pummeled on that field. The assignment is to keep him upright, also so that we can win games. So if the assignment is clear, then Pat Schumer is being brought in here to make sure that he carries out that assignment. And the assignment is clear. The fan base have made enough noise. All right? You may not think that they watch these videos, but they do. We as the constituents, the YouTube channels, we make a lot of noise. Our noises are loud. These kids are in our comment sections. They wouldn't tell you they're in the comment section, but I caught one of them. I caught one of them. I caught one of them in the comment section before. I didn't want to put him on blast because I didn't want him to get in trouble. But yes, these kids are in the comment section and they're reading these things. So we have to be responsible as YouTubers, as constituents. When you guys are writing things, I just want to caution you. Be careful what you're saying about some of these young men. They're really trying their best. Okay? They are really trying. Do they miss a lot of assignments? Yes, they do. But how many of us don't miss assignments? All right? When you're on the hot seat and everybody's looking at you and everybody's paying attention, oh boy, you better not miss a block. And you got to go in there with all that pressure on your back. Like, Lord, please don't make me miss this block right now. Listen, when you're on the hot seat, it's easy for people to pluck out your mistakes. All right? But if they mix it up, if they started running the ball a little bit, if they started doing some more quick passes, if they started doing some shuffle passes, if they just mix up that playbook, you probably wouldn't see all of their flaws as you're seeing it right now because they just kept doing the same thing. So that's that. All right, here we go. I got an invitation to South Africa. My bro, hey, I don't know how to speak that clicking language, so I'll be a little behind. And y'all probably look at me like, this brother is not from around here. He's different. But I want to tell you, I love Tootsie. Tootsie is one of my favorite movies from Gavin Hood. All right. It's one of my favorite movies. So if I get a chance to come to South Africa, I'm sure I'll come out there. I'll do a show out there. I'll do something. I'm sure when I get bigger, you know what I'm saying? When my media company gets bigger and I'm traveling all around the world, things will happen and I'll be in South Africa doing a live show. Holla at your boy. Thanks for the invitation. Ruan Hansei Sr. I appreciate you. And say what's up to Junior. All right. What else we got? 3 That Word TV. Now this is when you see the O-line. Hold on, let's put that up. What's up, bro? Big Daddy 6. Man, I'm not gonna call your name no more, my man. Big Daddy 6. I can be calling him grown man, Big Daddy, my man. 3 That World TV. Is that Third World TV? Now this is when you see the O-line get taken out the game if they have depth because they want change and recruits is coming. That's reading a little bit hard. I'm trying to decipher what you're saying there. Now is when you see the O-line get taken out the game if they have depth because when change and recruits is coming. I don't know what that means, bro. Break it down for me if you can. All right, Mike, I appreciate you coming and joining us today. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Rodney Dinkins. Let's put this one up. So Coach Prime is now taking advice from social media. Did somebody say that? Y'all want to shame us? Come on now. You think Coach Prime don't watch social media? This is always like it's almost like that people say like that underhand apology or that underhand, thing. It's these little underhand things like we ain't nothing, we the scums. We're not real media, we the scums. Now Coach Prime is taking advice from y'all, like oh, lordy. Did you not see the press conference where Coach Prime called up the guy from Life in Football, Colin, and he said, hey, man, I see you. I mean, come on, bro. You don't have to shame us. We're YouTubers. I'm a real media guy. I'm a real filmmaker. I have real film equipment. I do this for real. Write me a script. I can produce, direct, and even act in it if I needed to. Okay? So I'm the real deal. This ain't no fluke. You see me on YouTube, so it feels weird, but weird the ish. Okay? In case you didn't know, your phone is where you consume the most media nowadays. So you got to put more respect on our names because we keep you entertained. I'm saying you're watching right now, right? So the proof is in the pudding, as you guys say in America. I haven't had pudding for a while, but we're the ish. Social media is where it's at. We are keeping people entertained during their day. You have a tough day, you're going to get on your phone and you're going to scroll. And you're going to stop on something you're interested in. That's social media. So you want to shame us, underhand shaming? It's all good. I sleep very well. My YouTube check will come on time. Trust. Stop shaming people, man. That's not good. That's not right. I don't like being shamed. You know how long it took me to be a YouTuber? I could have been a YouTuber a long time ago, but I was too afraid. I was like, oh, they're going to shame me. I'm a real filmmaker. They're going to shame me. Here comes Rodney shaming me even more. Oh, come on, Rodney. I thought we was friends. Rodney said, okay, Rodney has a follow-up. Let's not do Rodney too dirty. Not shaming you, bro, but I just don't think he is that deep into social media to be taking advice is all I'm saying. Well, no, Coach Prime is not, he ain't taking advice from us, but listen, a lot of the noise comes from social media. The fan base comes to social media to get information. By the time it gets to TV, it's too late. You come to YouTube to get your information. The young men, when they're on the bus, go watch the Well of Media videos. When you watch the Well of Media videos, they're on their phones and they're saying, like, when they're on the bus traveling, they're on their phones scrolling. You see those scrollings? Sometimes they're stopping my video. Sometimes they're stopping on other people's videos, and you can tell. They're on Instagram and they're like, oh, they said they're calling you saucy. All of that stuff is on social media. So is Coach Prime wasting a lot of time on social media, making decisions and waiting for us to say something for him to do, for him to make a decision? Come on, let's not be lame. That's not happening. That's not what we're saying. But we make enough noise to where we can move the culture. I just want to put that out there. I'm not being, I'm not being cocky. Social media moves the culture. If you guys are not aware of that, we move the culture. I'm just a small part of that. I only have 11,000 subscribers because I'm a very acquired taste. I'm not this way, I'm not that way. How I feel is what I say. I cry sometimes I don't cry. I'm bringing the word of God, I'm not bringing the word of God. Sometimes I preach, sometimes I don't. However I feel that day is what I'm going to do. I may criticize Deion Sanders and lose subscribers. I may not. But I'm real. I'm one of the realest ones. You ain't going to catch me slipping because I'm too honest. I'm just like Coach Prime. I'm way too honest, and I'm a grown man. And sometimes I just don't care what people think. I shame myself, BWB, all right? I've accepted the fact that I'm different and weird enough to where I can take my power away from people. They don't have the power to shame me or do anything. So you can't catch me slipping. If I do something wrong, I say it right away. If I make a mistake, I will say it. I can do that without feeling like I need to be macho. So that's why Harry B is the way that he is. Monica has another one. I love this team. As a former coach, I see the value of this team. The players are trying. Wait till we get the help. Things are going to change. Remember my words, champs in the near future. Go Buffs. How near is that future, Monitor? Monica, Coach. Hey, Coach Monica, how near is that future? Are you willing to put some years on that? Are you willing to put some years on that, Monica? Next year? 2 years from now? Did you guys see our schedule? Our 2024 schedule. The 2024 schedule. Let me see. Hey, Damon, you want to come on? Is Damon still here? I didn't see this. This has been a while. Hey, Damon, if you're still here, let me know if you want to come on and shoot your shot. All right, I'm going to send you the link right now. Oh, Lord. Who's willing to put some years? Who's willing to put some years on their predictions? What are your predictions? Are we winning 2 games to go bowling? Yo, you're right about that, yo. That 2024 schedule does not have too many current ranked teams on it. And I mean, CU came off and we was blazing. We got ranked. But I didn't see too many of the teams that we're playing in 2024. I didn't see them creep up into the rankings at any point. We crept up and we got on the board because we beat a ranked team. So a lot of those teams I didn't see creep up. So I feel like because I feel like we're really good this year, next year when we do make some adjustments, I feel like we're going to be able to beat a lot of those teams. So next year, I think our bold predictions are going to be a lot more, a lot easier. But I think we may have some championship aspirations next year, because now I feel like Coach Prime now is in a full season, and now he has control on the entire season. Now he sees everything. He didn't play before. This is his first year. So what transpired at Jackson State when he was like, okay, so I see what's going on. Now these are the adjustments. I see the holes that I need to fill. Coach Prime is one of the most respected coaches in football. He's respected from all corners of life. So do you think Coach Prime is making some phone calls? People are in his ear, serious football people in his ear, like, bruh, I got a hog for you. You don't think people are calling? Coaches that are aspiring to coach for Coach Prime, you don't think they're calling and be like, yo, coach, I got 2 hogs for you. Just lay low. Don't say nothing. Lay low. I got 2 hogs for you. We coming. And Coach Prime is like, all right, shh. I'm with you. I got you. I'm telling you, Coach Prime is well connected. So he knows where the holes are, and he's going to fill those holes. So if you are a student, you feel some kind of way the way he speaks, wait till you go to another school and that coach is not telling you the truth. Wait till you feel how somebody being truthful to you is of value. Then you will see the difference. When somebody's lying to you in your face, wait till you feel that pain. And then you will respect the fact that Coach Prime is such an upfront person. So I urge these children, these young men, okay? They're children because I'm an OG. I urge them to really evaluate, even with their parents when they're making those decisions, evaluate what you're going to do next. Y'all better not all go run and jump into that transfer portal, because that transfer portal ain't as sexy as you think it is. You better think about the fact that you have a coach that is honest with you, and he's going to tell you the truth. If somebody shows you their true colors, you better believe them, because not all of these coaches are as honest as Coach Prime. I'm just going to say that as I bring on my guest, Damon. He wants to shoot his shot, so let's go ahead and add him to the program. Damon, welcome to the program, Damon. You with me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
BWB, what's going on with you? Once again.
What it is, what it does, and what it's gonna be. What up with you?
What's good? I'll listen to your show. Actually, I think you're very on point with pretty much everything you had to say.
Anything you want to add? Any rebuttals?
Yeah, only thing I didn't like was how Coach Prime talked about earlier, how he wanted to replace his O-line in front of the press. I didn't really like that.
Okay, what are your feelings about that?
Because I think there's a time and place for everything. I mean, I don't know if I know you're a content creator now, but I don't know if you ever been like a supervisor in the workplace or anything like that.
I'm a rebel. I couldn't be a supervisor. I'm too much of a rebel.
It's nothing wrong with chewing your players out. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. But there's a time and there's a place for everything.
Okay.
I've been chewed out plenty of times. I used to be in the armed forces, and I did a lot of government work. I just, for a long time, and I've been chewed out plenty of times, reprimanded plenty of times. There's nothing wrong with that. But every time I got, my butt handed to, it was done appropriately. They would call me in the office, sit me down, and explain to me what I'm doing wrong. And it would be in a private setting. And I was, made a better person for it because it was done. And I had no animosity and I respected my supervisors because they respected me. And it's the way to do things. And it's the way you have to do it right. The press will always try to, egg you on and try to trick you into answering certain questions. A lot of press, they're like lawyers a lot of times, they would try to bait you into discussions and stuff like that to try to get a story.
Well, yeah, you need breaking news. Everybody, if you break news, then you're the hot stuff on, everybody has to reference.
So Coach Prime has to be careful how he answers some of these questions. Don't get so, you got to protect your players, no matter how bad they may have played that Saturday. Those are your kids, end of the day, right? I'm going to talk bad about them, but nobody else is. You know what I mean? And when I talk bad about him, I'm gonna do it behind closed doors.
So let me ask you a question based on that. Do you think that Dad stood up? Do you think that Dad, because he's Dad and Coach, right? Do you think that was Dad talking, or do you think that was Coach talking? Because the toll of seeing your child get hit as many times as he's getting hit.
That was a little daddy boy. That was a little daddy ball right there.
So
like I said,
you think Dad was speaking more so than Coach at that moment?
Right. Yes. I mean, it's like your kids. You have kids. I have kids, right? Like when my kid act up in a public setting, I'm not going to spank my kids in public, right? But when your ass gets home, you belong to me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to humiliate you in front of your friends, in the public. But when you get home, you're going to deal with me and your mom. I'm not going to, I'm going to give you dignity in the public. I'm not going to, even though you may have humiliated me, I'm not going to humiliate you, right? Because I'm the adult. So I'm not going to, I'm not going to I'm going to treat you fair. I'm not going to go to your level. Even though they may have a bad game, true enough, but I'm always going to support, my players, no matter what, in public. But when you get back to the house, in the meeting rooms, that's the time I'm going to chew your butt out. I'm going to get your ass. But I'm not going to do it in a press conference.
So, okay, but there are people who say, well, yeah, because they were trash, they deserved it, da. So
no, they don't. They do deserve it. He's right, but you have to do it. There's a time and place for everything. You got to do it. You have to have, you have to respect your players, and they'll thank you for it later, even though they messing up. True enough, but you got to do it right. BWB. There's a right and a wrong way to do things.
All right, so we got something from Extreme. We got a pushback from Extreme. Let me read it for you. That was years ago, man. I'm in the Army now, and it's different.
Well, if he's in the Army, if he went to NCO school,
let me finish.
A leadership class, then he learns how to do it. People,
let me finish. Nothing wrong with being honest. He doesn't have to be careful. He doesn't have to be careful, guy. He's speaking the truth. So, well, that's kind of weird.
Well, tell me he should have joined the Marine Corps, got out of the Army. That's his problem.
Well, hold on. Let me just say something about that. Like, come on. Like, Extreme. Like, we can all be honest. Like, okay, I'm married, right? So I can't just come up and just tell my wife and be like, yo, I don't like that dress. You look ugly in it. Like, that's being honest.
No, he's missing the point, BWB.
Yeah, I don't know that.
He's missing the whole point. No, I'm not saying Coach Prime was not wrong about his assessment. He was right. I'm not saying that.
Right.
Okay. All I'm saying is that there's a time and place for everything.
I agree that Extreme. Let me just let you know, Extreme. When you're dealing with other people, we have different personalities, right? When you're dealing with other people, you can think that it's honest and you being honest, but there's a way to deal with people in public, and there's another way to deal with them in private. So yes, you can say, hey, listen, I need to talk to you. You're not just going to tell your wife something and either yell at her or try to correct her or something that she did in front of the kids or in public, even if you're being honest. Honesty does not give you the right to shame people in public or to even put people on blast. Your honesty can be taken out of context, or people can take it, they can take it differently. In the words of honesty, it doesn't mean that you should just say it to anybody in public. That's just
it's like this. As a coach, you have to remember all your players are different, and you learn your players' personalities over time, right? Some players can handle that, some players can't. So the best way to handle situations like that is to bring him in, sit him down, and let them know what they're doing wrong. That's all. You don't put them out in public like that.
I mean, I'm thinking that's a simple thing, right? That we should all agree to the fact that you don't just put people out there, even if it's Coach Prime that you love, Coach Prime. Even that, like,
sometimes it's the buff fans, and that's why I like your show, because you're objective. Sometimes the buff fans, like, they don't want to hear nothing. if
No
you say
criticism.
right,
No
if
criticism
you
of Coach
say
Prime.
anything about Coach Prime or any of their players or coaching staff, it's like it's an automatic pushback. That's why I like your show, because you're a fan, but you're objective and you're fair. Some people just can't. They don't want to hear anything. You could be 100% right, but they don't want to. They just can't accept anything that they think you're hating. No one's hating. We just have a different opinion.
But I mean, it should be a general thing that you don't throw people out there in public. That has nothing to do with how you feel about Coach Prime. I would want you, if you're dealing with me, Extreme, if you're dealing with me, you have an issue with me, and you know me, and we're in public and we're like somewhere we're chilling. I would rather you not scream that so everybody else can hear. You know what I'm saying? I would rather you just call me out in public. That's just a human thing. That has nothing to do with whether you like or hate Coach Prime. It's just the thing that, where do you stand as a human being? How do you want other people to deal with you when it comes to what they put out in public? Especially people are now very sensitive about what their family members put on social media and calling them out. If you don't like that kind of feeling, then how can you accept the fact that somebody was called out in public? Even though
you just gotta treat the kids, treat them, with respect.
that's all it is. This was a simple thing. But anyways, any other comments, my brother? I don't want to deal
Oh,
with that.
the last one is the coaching change. I don't really like it. I'm gonna tell you why. It's you're 3/4 into the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're changing people. I don't think it's. Does Coach Lewis need to go? Possibly, right? But in this time of the season, I don't think that's really good. To me, that tells me this is more to it than meets the eye. It tells me that they're not getting along.
That Sean Lewis and Coach Prime are not getting along?
Right. I think it's more to it than just on the field. I think it's some internal issues.
Don't say that, because then that will send some vindication my way. But
because you just don't change it. Because when you're coaching, which I think I told you before, I coached a little bit before. I've been on. Sometimes you do have to get rid of coaches, right? But when you get rid of coaches in the middle of the year, that's never good. Okay, and I think you touched on it a little bit, because the new coach has to step in. The players have to adjust to the new coach. I mean, to me, it could have been like, if Coach Lewis is not doing what he's supposed to do, it could have been handled in coaches' meetings, right? That's what the meetings are for. Mm-hmm. So it tells me the coach, they're not seeing eye to eye on what needs to be done. Because like I said, you have meetings and meeting after meeting after meeting. Mm-hmm. So it should have been resolved, in the coaches' meetings before the games. So it tells me that Coach Lewis is not, and Coach Sanders is not on the same page at all.
Do you ever look at my content on the community page, the writings I put up there?
Somewhat, sometimes. I think I saw one of your last ones.
I put up there. I said a while back, this is not a happy family.
Yeah, they're not on the same page. I mean, because it could have been dealt with easily. Like, look, dude, I need you to call this, and that, right? Mm-hmm. And Coach Lewis should be like, okay, I got you, Coach. But obviously, Lewis just wants to do what he wants to do, right? So Deion said, okay. And then here's the other thing. Did he fire the guy, or is he still on the staff?
Well, this is a developing story. So we just got the news that he's just being replaced, but we don't know if it's a firing but that's the way that this constituents is, how big this news is. That might as well be the firing. There's no way I'm coming back.
So if he didn't fire him, that's going to be even more problematic, because really you should just fire the dude, because if you keep him on the staff, he's going to undermine you. And so you don't even want him around. You don't even want him in the building, because it's going to cause more problems. So you got to get rid of the guy altogether. See, here's the other problem, real quick. He was the former head coach, right? Last year. Mm-hmm. So sometimes former head coaches, they have a hard time becoming an assistant coach. Okay. Because they've been at the head, they've been at the top before, right? Mm-hmm. So some guys can't handle being a role player, and it's hard for them to accept that, because they used to being the shot caller. So that could be an issue too. Like before he took that job, he should have thought long and hard. Can I be an assistant coach as a former head coach?
But you think that was an issue? You think? That's just speculation.
Yes, a lot of times it is, because a former head coach cannot be an assistant head coach. It's just too hard because they see things that they don't like, and it's hard for them to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was some stuff going on internally. I don't really, like I said, if you waited till the end of the year to get rid of him, I think that would have been better. But in the middle,
don't think that it was warranted a change, like right now, the fact that Shadour's getting hit so many times.
In the middle of the year, I really don't. I mean, to me, it could have been solved in the meeting rooms. So, like I said, like I told you before, to me, it tells me that they're not getting along if you really have to get rid of the guy in the middle of the year like this.
Because if it was about play call, you can just talk about the play calls like, hey, let's do this, let's do that, right?
Right. What's so hard about that?
Yeah, what's so hard about him accepting what you know what I'm saying? You saying, hey, let's run the ball more, especially
right. I need at least 30 runs every game. You can't do that. You can't say that.
You can say that, but what if there's pushback?
That's what I'm saying. So it tells me that they're not. Coach Lewis is not, listening to Coach Prime. So Coach Prime said, "Okay, you don't want to listen. I'm gonna change."
Okay. All right. So, all right, man. I thank you for your comment.
Yes, sir.
And I appreciate you always coming on with me.
All right, brother. You take it easy.
You take it easy. So those are some good perspective. If you want to come on and you want to shoot your shot, you have something you want to say, you want to come on, please hit me up. I'm going to put the email back up here. We only got a few more. I got a few more minutes before I have to shut this down. I got like 20 more minutes. If you want to come on, it's hot tips for tlpsports@gmail.com. I'm going to put it back up here. Let's see. Did I copy and paste it? Yeah, there it goes. All right. So if you want to come on, guys, please send me an email right there on your screen, hot tips for tlpsports@gmail.com. But guys, when I was on with my guy Damien, I got this epiphany. I don't know if it's called Tiffany or Epiphany, but I got this idea, and I was like, whoa, this reminds me of something, and I got to gloat just a little bit, my friends. My friends, I want to show you something, okay? I want to show you something. Let's go. Wait a minute. Give me a moment, guys. I'm going to show you something. View my channel. Let's go to community. About 3 weeks ago, I don't know how many of you guys remember this post. But I want to show you guys something. All right, let me show y'all something. I don't know how many of you guys remember this one, if you even saw this one. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys are seeing my screen here. This one was 3 weeks ago. The Colorado Buffaloes are not a true family, and they are not happy. I just want to let you guys know, for those people, because I get a lot of people who come after me, people who think that I'm just, everything I say is BS. They don't think that I know what I'm talking about. But I've said so many things on this channel that has happened. What we're seeing now, 3 weeks ago, guys, three weeks ago, I wrote this. I want y'all to see this screen. 3 weeks ago, The Colorado Buffaloes are not a true family, and they are not happy. The Colorado Buffaloes are 4-2. I want you to let that sink in for a second before I go in. It might make digesting this article a little easier. I can't even read my own handwriting. First, Coach Prime, once again in his press conference, said they play like hot garbage. All right? I 1000% agree. The defense was able to get some stops in that game and give the offense the ball back. Too often, the offense went out there and laid an egg and went 3 and out. Shedeur was sacked way too many times. The play calling was horrendous. I don't feel like anyone is happy in Boulder. I don't feel like anybody is happy in Boulder, Colorado. I feel like Coach Prime's staff in Jackson, Mississippi was way more happy than this staff in Boulder. X's and O's is important, but family plays a major role in a team's DNA and identity. Come on, give me some thumbs up, some fire emojis if you think, if this was prophetic. If you think this was prophetic, give me some type of prayer emojis. These guys are winning football games, but they are not playing winning football. I'm going to say that again. These guys are winning football games, but they are not playing winning football. I can attribute that I can attribute that to many aspects of the game, but now I've come to this conclusion. That staff are not all happy. Look out for a video on that. For now, I'll write it some here. Week after week, those young men go out on that field and battle their butts off to try to win. It's obvious that they have a lot of skilled players and maybe are missing a few key players to be elite. However, there's just something missing that is bugging me, and now I think there's a rift in the adults group. Daggone Harry, you are a prophet. I said this 3 weeks ago. I would not be remiss if I don't say this. I think there is a rift in the adults group. Those adults are not all happy and on the same page. I feel like some of them feel some kind of way, and it's showing every week they take that field. I'll start with the OC, Sean Lewis. What we know about him is that he is a brilliant play caller coming from Kent State and being their head coach. I'm not 100% sure that he is happy under Coach Prime's leadership. They are not gelling. The way they approach games and finish games is just too messy for what I know Coach Prime is capable of and requires. Now, Charles Kelly, I believe he's a great coach and understands the schemes, but I don't think he gets along with Sean Lewis. The OC and the DC are not supposed to be in lockstep and moving like poetry in motion. All right? Wait, the OC and DC are supposed to be in lockstep and moving like poetry in motion when things are smooth in the game front. I don't know that there is a lot of trust in that coach's room right now, and they are trying their best to put up a good front for us. But I expect some major changes in the coaching personnel when the season is over. The season is not over. I know Bartoloni was Prime's OC at Jackson State, and they won a lot of games together. Those young men and that staff seem to be happy playing and coaching the game of football. That helped them to establish a winning attitude, and that established their identity. The core group on this team in Boulder are not happy, and it shows. They are going through the motions of playing and coming up with some wins, but if they were happy like the group in Jackson, Mississippi, they were a true family playing and coming up with some schemes. But if they were like, but if they were happy like the group in Jackson, Mississippi, and they were a true family, they would be dominating this right now. They would be dominating this league right now. Yes, I said this league. I said that 3 weeks ago. You got to put some respect on TLP Sports Club. You got to put some respect on this channel. Let me get some likes. Let me get some shares. I said that 3 weeks ago. If I read the comments, people were coming at me with that comment as well. People were coming at me. You don't know what you're talking about. Go read the comments on that post. It's in the community page. Go read the comments. 3 weeks ago. I'm telling you, like, I said the same thing about Cormani McLean. People came for me. I said something's going on. He has a little bit of an attitude. I said something's going on with Cormani McLean. I don't need a lot. Give me a little bit and I'll make a lot out of it. I told you guys, when I said that, wait a minute. Are there comments on this thing? Let's see. Some people say, I believe Sean Lewis is gone. Somebody says, yes, I believe you may have hit on something. So we had a big old conversation in this. Go read the comments. There was something going on. I can sense these things. I can tell that it's going on. I knew they weren't happy. I knew there was something going on. Sean Lewis I didn't feel it. So I said it. I said that 3 weeks ago, and look what has happened. Sean Lewis is no longer calling the play for at least next game. We don't know the full story. We're going to get it later, but I just wanted to let you know, once again, TLP Sports Club with your boy Harry B. I said this. Some people weren't happy. A lot of people were kind of like saying you may have a point there, but some people were not happy that came at me. All right? I just made a video and I said, stop blaming the O-line. It's not entirely their fault. I said it's not their fault, okay? And I got proof. Sometimes I got to do the title so you can come, all right? Don't blame me for playing the game like I'm playing the game, okay? Some of y'all would not click on some of those videos if I didn't have some of those titles up there. But I digress. I said that you have to make sure that you are switching things up. I laid it all out. I gave you evidence upon evidence. I gave you quotes upon quotes, numbers upon numbers. And almost half of y'all, it was almost like half and half. I'm in my office and I'm like, they don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get it. And then today, vindication. Today, Sean Lewis is gone. Am I going to say that Coach Brown watched my video? No. Is it somewhere in my head? Probably. Oh, man. So that's what I'm telling you guys. Like, bruh. Yo, Slap Happy, what up, man? Welcome to the live. Whew. You may be behind, Slap. So you might be behind. So you may have to refresh your screen. All right, Mr. Maurice. My guy, Mr. Maurice from Twitter, says Byron Leftwich will be taking over. He's been there 3 times. We don't know. Are you as good as I am? Are you as Maurice, Mr. Maurice, more rice? You know I'm African, so we love rice. Are you as accurate as I am calling these things out? I'm gloating just a little bit, I ain't gonna lie, because I feel good. Vindication, we're humans, right? We're humans. So vindication feels good. I don't want to be right, but it feels good when people are coming against you so heavily. When everybody feels like you're BS, they're telling you all kinds of words. You're sitting there like, but what is it that you don't understand? I'm explaining it. It makes sense. If you don't see it, that's not my fault. So it feels a little good. It's not good, man, because I'm trying to get deeper into the Bible. You're not supposed to gloat. I want to be like Paul. I want to be like Paul. I don't want to gloat too much. I want to deal my body a body blow so I don't have to gloat. I want God to be happy with me. I don't care if y'all are happy with me as long as God is happy with me. So, well, man, it feels good when you get that vindication. Lord have mercy. But what does that do? Now a man is out of a job. So what does that prove? It doesn't prove anything. When you're right, it doesn't prove anything. It makes you feel good, but what does that prove? Nothing. I'm a better man. I can do better, guys. Man, I'm a sinner saved by grace. Woo! Yeah, man, when you're right, listen, when you win an argument, it proves nothing, okay? Because now a young man is out of a job, or not out of a job, but more than likely the way as vicious as this fan base is, I don't know anybody that survives that. You can't get replaced for with 4 games to go and you keep your job. That don't make sense. That do not make no sense. So I don't know if he still should have ain't good enough. Uh-oh. Slap, your USC people are having some issues. They're going to be more dignified and not fire Grinch before the Rich. Is his name Rich or Grinch? So I don't know that Sean Lewis is leaving. I don't Coach Prime is not that kind of guy. So, but I don't know. Now, you guys see all that gray hair, right? Sean Lewis is Colorado's a great job to have. But if you're in over your head, I mean, it makes it tough. So Sean Lewis may have been in over his head. I don't know that he was ready for what he was stepping into was not Kent State. Maybe Sean Lewis should have came to TLP Sports Club and watched some of my videos, because in those early videos, I was warning my white folks. I said, white people, let's have a conversation. I don't think y'all know what's coming. I was saying, y'all don't know what's coming. What's behind Coach Prime? It's not a group, it's an army. I was saying that in the early videos. You have no idea what's coming. This is a different group. I'm African and I'm American. I'm more African than I am American, but my African Americans, we special. we different. We different. So I kind of give a warning to my white folks, and I said, listen, man, we're going to be partying, but we're going to be all right. I don't know how many of y'all watched that video, in the early videos, but I was like, yo, we coming with it. It's an army of people coming. It's going to be a lot of pressure, okay? And if you're not ready for that, you're going to get stomped. You're going to get stomped on. So, unfortunately, Sean Lewis, it didn't work out. So I don't know that he's being fired. He may just be maybe downgraded, or he may just take a different position, because this is one of the hottest jobs to have right now. You do a good job here, you'll win. Everybody gets promoted. It's automatic. Your name is in the limelight. Everybody's talking about you. This is going to be the #1 sports story. I don't care what Wemby's doing in San Antonio. I don't care what LeBron, how many dunks LeBron is getting. He's like 55 years old. I don't care how many dunks he's getting. It doesn't matter what James Harden is doing or how many teams he's going to leave, okay? That don't matter. The only story right now, even the NFL, nothing matters right now. The only thing that's going to matter is what Deion Sanders did today. That's going to break the internet. I guarantee you. All right? So this is the hottest job to have right now. So if you want to leave, I get it. If you leave, you got to leave for personal reasons. Some of the young men left when Coach Prime said, listen, man, this is going to be I'm bringing some Louis. Louis is supposed to be luxury luggage. Okay, can a dollar store bag hold your goods and hold your stuff in the airport? Yes, it can. But if you want luxury, you probably want some Louis luggage. So when you come in with luxury luggage, you can't be playing like you a dollar store bag. I hope that makes sense to some people. You cannot be playing like you can't be making play calls like you shopping at the dollar store. You got to be making play calls like you Louis. We making play calls like in our elite quarterbacks getting smacked all the time like he's shopping at Family Dollar, which is where I shop. In Target, in Walmart. Sean Lewis is not the problem, but that O-line very overwhelming. Let's put this up. Ari, what up? Action Jackson, what up with you? Sean Lewis is, I think I meant to say Sean Lewis is not the problem. That O-line is very overwhelming. Plus, they need to get rid of the defensive coordinator. The defense is the major issue, not the offense. Granted, the offense had their moments. I don't like to point fingers like that. All I knew is they were unhappy. I knew they were unhappy. I knew it. I said it. Okay. And yes, I'm going to gloat just a little bit because I said it. Read my community post as well. I'm doing shorts, community posts, and videos. Today, I'm not going to do a video, obviously, because this will be the video that I have done. All right. So I don't have to necessarily go do this video. I'm just grateful. It's kind of weird to say I'm grateful because somebody just got demoted and I'm trying to gloat on top of that. I'm better than that, man. I'm a content creator. It's like a funeral parlor saying I'm grateful that I have a lot of customers. That is so weird. There's no right way to go with this. But me making that video and a lot of people coming against me last night where I was saying the O-line is not the problem. It's not the young men's fault. Stop blaming the young men. And then the OC getting demoted today. It just makes you feel like you got a little bit of vindication. That's all I get from that. I know right now the offensive line is taking a lot of the heat, and we're gonna forget how atrocious that defense has been over time. Okay, but we also got to remember that we lost Travis Hunter, which was a big part. If you take away Travis Hunter, you take away those 2 interceptions. You take away Shiloh, you take away those interceptions. Remember, Shiloh had the blood issue, or he was out of maybe a game. So yeah, so we were missing some key factors on defense as well, but we definitely was there. But guys, I've taken enough of your time. I gotta go pick up my little man Micah. He's gonna be coming home soon. So I want to leave you guys with this though. Let's not be too sensitive. I mean, because if we're overly sensitive, then there's no room to be objective. There's no room for you to learn anything. If nobody in the Coach Prime universe can bring you some critical information, can say we need change, can say anything to you, what do you learn? You don't learn much. If you just want to be part of the choir, there are other channels for that. But I stand on my word on this channel where I'm not an op, I'm not a hater. I'm a man of God who believes on what he believes. If I sense something and if it's not popular, I'm going to say it. If I'm wrong, I'm okay to be wrong. But I feel like last night a lot of people came at me and it was like, you're BS, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to unfollow you. I'm unsubscribing. The numbers didn't really move that much. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm like, okay, how many am I losing? Lord, I need this right here. Please, Lord, this is my income. Nobody moved. Like maybe 2 or 3 people moved. But then when I woke up, the numbers came back up. So I was like, okay, so it's not too bad. Some people get it. Maybe in the beginning, in preseason, they would have all left. But now they're starting to understand that. I'm like, now they're starting to understand a little bit more, and they're a little bit more open for criticism. But I don't criticize if it's not warranted. This is my team. Colorado Buffs is my team. I'm bandwagon Buffs, Mr. Bandwagon Buff. So I don't just criticize people. I don't put people down. The triple ones, the 1-11 team, I make videos about them and I uplift them. And I say, yo, they're not all trash. So I'm only going to speak on the things that I know. And if I feel and I see something, I might speak on that as well. But I want true information. And you're going to get the real stuff here. That's what I want you to know. So don't be too quick to be too sensitive and be like, yo, Harry B, you trash. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know anything about football. I may not know anything about football, but I know people. I know my people. And I do have my prophetic and my discernment gifts. And I'm using those on this channel. I use my discernment gift a lot more than I use my prophetic gifts because I don't really understand my prophetic gifts that well yet to know how to use it in the right time. Like Sean Lewis making the right calls. I don't know how to make the right calls with my prophetic gifts. But my discernment gifts speak a lot on this channel. And I told you that they weren't happy. And they were not. And this is proof that they're not happy. The fact that Sean Lewis is no longer here. Something had to transpire. Okay, so, but I want to let you guys know, man, I'm here to serve. I'm here for you. Please, like, understand I'm here to serve you. I'm not here to be an op. I'm not here to I'm not going to just say something out of pocket just because I want views. I'm not doing that because I want your respect. I want to earn your respect. If I earn your respect, then I'm building a better community where then what I'm doing can then provide for my family. I'm being truthful. If I can earn your respect and you can come here, you can watch my videos, then I can build this community. Then I can get, I can get deals. I can get brand deals. I can get things and I can feed my family. But I'm still going to be serving in the same time because my work is supposed to make room for what I do. But I cannot put the money before what I do for you. I got to value more what I bring to this community than I do the money that I'm going to get once I get to a certain place. So I want to know, I want to let you know I value your opinions. I respect your opinions. I mess with y'all, but I'm always going to be truthful. Please respect that as well. All right? We may have some back and forths, but just know that it's all in love, and this is my team, Buff, Bandwagon Buff, the Buff Nation, Colorado Buffalo. Deion Sanders is my coach. All right? And Pat Schumer is my current OC. All right? So I got to leave it there, guys. You know who I am. I said Skull Buffs. You know who I am. I'm Harry B. I'm your guy. I'm your favorite African Liberian with the best jollof. Come on now. Put some respect on this channel and let's rock out. Let's enjoy the games, guys. I'm not streaming this Saturday. Please remember that. I will see you guys on the following game. Enjoy the game. I will see y'all on the next video. I'm Harry B. I'm out of here. This has been TLP Sports Club. That's the Liberian perspective. TLP Sports Club. Blah.